And a very pleasant good evening, everyone, from the Beaver Dam High School baseball field. Daily Dodge TV and 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam present Beaver Dam High School Golden Beaver Baseball. And tonight, it's a matchup in the Badger Large Conference, a rivalry game as the Watertown Goslings are here to take on the Beaver Dam Golden Beavers. Hi again, everybody. Mike Tronson with you at the field, and I'm joined on site by my videographer and engineer, Corey Sparks. Jack Wilski is back at the 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam Studios, engineering our radio simulcast. And tonight's game is brought to you by our presenting sponsors, Columbus Family Dental, Hometown Glass and Improvement, and the Beaver Dam Unified School District. Tonight's game also brought to you by Gruber Law Offices, McKinstry's Home Furnishings, Kladowski Real Estate, Slumberland, Pizza Ranch, Park Village Shopping Center, Richards Insurance, Preferred Dental Partners, Fox Brothers Piggly Wiggly, Gruber Law Offices, Air Care, Jerry's BP, Silica for your home, Moraine Park Technical College, White Construction, and Spartan Flooring. Glad to have you with us, everyone, on this Tuesday night. We apologize for the late start. The JV game tonight was played on the varsity field, and it ran a little bit long. Watertown ended up winning that game 8-5. Beaver Dam actually had the tying run at the plate with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th, but they could get no closer. So the Goslings winners tonight in the JV game, and coming up here in just a few moments, we'll have varsity baseball for you under the lights. Looking forward to that as the sun starts to set behind us in the west. But these are good times. If you're talking about Beaver Dam baseball, these are good times as Beaver Dam comes into this game tonight ranked number 5 in the WisSports.net coaches survey for this week. Beaver Dam at 13-3 overall, and right now currently 8-2 and tied for first place in the Badger Large Conference with Milton. Milton also at 8-2, and Watertown not too far behind. The Goslings right now are in third place in the conference at 6-4, and they have an 11-7 overall record. So, I mean, this is an important game. We're getting down to crunch time here. You've got just a couple of weeks left in the regular season. Beaver Dam, of course, wants to stay right where they are in first place, and Watertown, you know, they essentially would likely have to win out here and maybe get some help as they're a couple of games back. Not mathematically impossible, but, you know, they're going to need to win out, as we said, and also probably get some help. But Beaver Dam and Milton right now at the top of the conference, and like I said, Watertown just lurking back there a little bit, 2 games behind with that 6-4 overall record. But Beaver Dam has been playing well, all season. Really, they're coming off a doubleheader sweep on Saturday at Monona Grove by scores of 8-2 and 6-0. Now, the Golden Beavers on Friday night last week dropped a tough one to Fort Atkinson, 10-9 on the road, and I'm wondering if that loss didn't fuel their fire a little bit going into that doubleheader the next day, as Fort Atkinson, the record not very good this year, and Beaver Dam could not come up with the win, but boy, they bounced back in a big way against I believe Monona Grove was ranked 4th in Division II last I saw, and so those are quality wins that Beaver Dam got in sweeping that doubleheader. Beaver Dam, as you look at it here, they've won now 5 out of their last 6. The only blemish in that stretch, of course, was the game with Fort Atkinson. Watertown, they won their last game. That was on Saturday, a non-conference game at Sun Prairie East, 5-3. But prior to that, they had dropped 3 out of 4. So, looking to right the ship a little bit, as it were. They had losses in there to DeForest, Monona Grove, and a non-conference game with Sussex Hamilton. So, as we said, the Goslings, looking to kind of win out here and maybe make some noise, see what happens. This is a rivalry game, as we talk about. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's baseball or football, whatever sport you're talking about. These two schools have a long history going against one another. And tonight, you add in the fact that we'll be playing at night. We'll be playing under the lights, and that will add, I'm sure, kind of a different feel to it. I was talking to somebody the other day, and I said, I'm surprised they don't play a few more games under the lights here. And it's not for, because they don't want to play under the lights, but from what I understand is a lot of the visiting teams prefer to play in the afternoon because that's what they're used to. Let's face it, most of the time, 90-some-odd% of the time, you're going to play 4:30, 5 o'clock. You're going to be playing in the daylight, and then there's some adjustment when you're playing at night and under the lights. And that, with the fact that, with the travel that you throw in there with some of these schools, I think that's one of the reasons why we haven't seen a bit more. It's a little bit more common in the summertime, when you've got like some Legion ball and stuff going on, and much more common to see the lights on. But tonight we'll have that for you as these two teams get together. It's Beaver Dam and Watertown. We're just minutes away from the first pitch. Again, the JV game went a little bit long here tonight, so we're just a little bit behind schedule from where we should be. Now, earlier this week, our good friend and colleague Wade Bates had a chance to chat with Nate Wilkie, the head coach of the Beaver Dam baseball team. Let's go ahead and play that interview for you right now.
The Nate Wilkie Show on the air right now as we bring in Beaver Dam head baseball coach Nate Wilkie as they get ready for the first of two with the Watertown Goslings on Daily Dodge TV and 1430 ESPN on Tuesday night. Coach, so far so good for your season, sitting in first place tied of Milton. Just your overall thoughts on your team here, what they've done so far.
Well, we're very happy. We're sitting at 13-3 right now, and like you said, tied for first place with Milton. And so, I think beginning of the season, if you were to tell us we're sitting here, that'd be, we'd be very happy. So, kids are playing great. We've, continued to get great pitching, and I know our bats have come alive and stuff. So, yeah, we're really playing good ball and looking forward to the last two series.
Coach, I know that, on paper you thought that you had the potential to be a team that was going to be a conference contender despite, what some preseason prognostications put you kind of in the middle of the pack. Are you happy and proud of your young men to have them, put it all together to get you to this point with still some baseball to be played?
Yeah, it's been a really fun year. I mean, the kids get along and stuff, and they've been playing great ball. We've got a lot of kids that have been really dedicated to, they've been hitting since beginning of January and stuff, and we've had a lot of these kids were in there a lot this winter and put a lot of time in to get better, and I think it's kind of showing. And like I said, it's we've looked at this group for years as thinking that this is a pretty solid senior class, and then I think everybody's kind of stepped up, and then like our juniors that we brought up this year for the first time playing varsity ball have really stepped up. So I think just everything kind of clicking right now, and like I said, hopefully we finish strong.
Coach, when you have players that maybe spent JV time, what is the adjustment period like, and what is the biggest change from playing maybe baseball at the JV level to baseball up on the varsity?
I think the pitching is the biggest thing because, at the JV level, if you've got a kid that, consistently hits their off-speed pitches and stuff, they're probably going to be on varsity. So, a lot of times you might see like a 0-2 curveball, 1-2 curveball, but, I think at the varsity level, you're going to see a lot of different pitches on different counts. And then, you're going to see some guys that, throw mid-80s possibly and stuff. So it's I think the biggest adjustment's probably at the plate, but then I think just, the overall, obviously you're varsity and, you've got the best of the best on the varsity team. So, I think just overall, the level's higher, but I think specifically with pitching and getting used to that is probably the toughest thing.
Coach, under the lights, looks like Mother Nature's finally giving us some good weather. So these night games, you don't have to wear a thermal underwear. Just the excitement, you've had some night games just to talk about the excitement and now getting to schedule some night games here and knowing they're at. Last year we kind of did it on the fly.
Well, I mean, as far as the weather goes, I know we had some kids the other day that were complaining that they were hot at Monona Grove, and we kind of remembered that most of the season we did have like the long underwear on, and it was 30 degrees out with a strong wind. So yeah, that's been really nice to play in some warm weather, and the bats seem to get going a little bit more. But as far as the night game, it's always exciting. There's a little bit different atmosphere of the night game, and then you throw in the fact that we're playing a big rival in Watertown. Back from the little 10 days. We've had them in our conference, so it's a good rivalry and stuff, and it's a good big game. And then, like I said, there's a lot at stake.
Coach, Watertown is a team that's playing for their Badger large conference lives right now. A couple of games back, with you mentioned just 2 weeks to play. They need victories here today, so it's going to be a battle, isn't it?
Yeah, and like I said, there's in all sports, whether it's basketball or football or baseball or whatever, sometimes it gets a little chippy with them, and that's fine. Like I said, we've been playing them for decades. So, but yeah, I think there is a lot at stake, and I'm sure they're looking to see where we're at, and thinking they can maybe catch us, and if nothing else, they'd probably like to knock us out of first place. So yeah, it should be a good atmosphere, and like I said, throw the night game that adds a little bit more spice to it. So it should be a lot of fun.
Coach Wilkie, I appreciate the time. Mike Tronson will be on the call Tuesday night. It's Beaver Dam and Watertown on Daily Dodge TV at 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. Thanks, Coach.
Yep, thanks, Wade.
That's the Wilkie Show for today on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam.
And that was Wade Bates, our good friend and colleague, talking with Beaver Dam head baseball coach Nate Wilkie as we continue our pregame programming here at the BDHS Baseball Diamond. Beautiful night as the sun is setting. We've got baseball under the lights tonight. Badger Large Conference matchup and a rivalry game to boot. Watertown Goslings and your Beaver Dam Golden Beavers. We're about maybe 10, 15 minutes away from the first pitch. Again, we had a late start due to the JV game running long. Right now the teams are taking their allotted time to warm up with some infield, and we will be underway here momentarily. Right now we're going to step aside, but we'll continue right after this break on Daily Dodge TV and 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam.
Are you ready for peace of mind? Chad Guzzi here, owner of Air Care in Beaver Dam. If you're tired of unexpected repair bills, you want to sign up for our Total Care plan. It ensures top performance and prolonged life of your heating and air conditioning equipment. Air Care's Total Care customers receive annual inspections as well as a reduced maintenance rate, plus a 10% discount on all service repairs. Air Care, big enough to serve you, small enough to care. 920-356-8860.
There's power in your smile. It can make or break a day, start a conversation, even double a dose of courage. Columbus Family Dental is committed to protecting your grin ear to ear. Young and old, orthodontics to cosmetics, we're here to make it that much easier to share your smile. Columbus Family Dental, now accepting every kind of smile.
Shop the Pig!
Don't get caught with an empty pantry and fridge for the playoffs. Your Fox Brothers Piggly Wiggly in Beaver Dam and Mayville has you covered. Snacks, liquor, meat, and everything neat. Stop on over for great meals, deals, and more. For any sort of festivities at this time of the year, make your hosting a clutch performance. There's even plenty of goods for games on the road, too. What are you waiting for? Visit your Fox Brothers Piggly Wiggly in Beaver Dam and Mayville today. Shop online at foxbrospigglywiggly.com.
What makes a winning team? Whether it's on the baseball field or in personal injury law, you want a team with experience, dedication, and the drive it takes to win. That's why you need Gruber Law Offices on your side after a serious accident. We're a team that wins for you and your family when you need it most. Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
Cheer. Now cheer louder. Any accomplishment worth doing is worth doing with all your heart and soul. The entire team at Hometown Glass and Improvement knows that dedication, time, and respect can lead to greatness. When practicing free throws, running for a touchdown, or installing new windows and doors, it is commitment to something larger than oneself that creates a legacy. So keep cheering for your hometown team. Hometown Glass and Improvement online at hometownglass.com.
You know that old Wisconsin saying, if you don't like the weather, just wait a few minutes. Well, JB Mechanical is here to ensure your home's heating and cooling system is ready for all of it. As your trusted local HVAC expert, JB Mechanical installs top-of-the-line systems to keep your home comfortable no matter what Mother Nature throws at you. From chilly mornings to warm afternoons, they've got you covered with precision, care, and expert service. Invest in your comfort today and give JB Mechanical a call. Online at jbmechllc.com. Your proud trained dealer.
Make Moraine Park Technical College your first choice for an education tailored to your success and growth. With campuses in Beaver Dam, Fond du Lac, and West Bend, visit morainepark.edu/first choice. along with Corey Sparks, Mike Tronson here at the ball field, Jack Wilski back at our ESPN Beaver Dam studios. Tuesday night baseball, Beaver Dam and Watertown are coming up. Well, he was just here a little while ago, but wanted to wish a very, very happy birthday to one of our teammates, Aiden Voigt, with a birthday today, and because of that, he got the night off. And Corey, I appreciate you stepping in because I'm sure you weren't planning on this initially, but Aiden Voigt, he, of course, has been an employee now for the last few years with Good Karma Brands, and generally when there's a game going on, you're going to see him running the show as far as the camera and the commercials, all that stuff behind the scenes. He does a great job, does a fantastic job, and Aiden, I hope you've had a wonderful birthday and enjoyed your day off. He stopped up, and I even had a little gift ready for him, and I tell you, was that pre-planning on my part or what? I tell you, don't get too excited. It wasn't anything that fancy, but no, happy birthday, Aiden. I'm glad to see you. I'm glad you could stop up for a few minutes here before our broadcast tonight. Teams just, again, taking their infield, getting ready for this one. Beaver Dam at 13-3 overall, 8-2, tied for first place in that Badger Large Conference. Watertown at 11-7 overall, 6-4, and currently in third place right now in the conference behind Beaver Dam and Milton. I mentioned that we're getting down towards the end of the regular season here, just a couple of weeks to go. Watertown, you look at their upcoming schedule. Now, first of all, these two teams are going to play again on Thursday down in Watertown. So this is get to know you week here. Not that these two teams need any introduction at all, but these two teams will play again on Thursday at Washington Park in Watertown. That's scheduled for a 5 o'clock first pitch. Next Tuesday, Watertown will entertain Milton. They've got a home game Wednesday the 21st against Waukesha North. Then they go on a 3-game road trip to close it out, the regular season that is, Thursday the 22nd at Milton, Wednesday May 28th at Hartford, non-conference game there, and then Waukesha West on the road on Saturday, May 31st. We look at Beaver Dam's upcoming schedule. Well, again, it'll be against Watertown on the road on Thursday. This Friday, Beaver Dam with a non-conference home game against Jefferson. That's a 5 o'clock start. Next week, Tuesday, Golden Beavers travel to Oregon for a Badger Large Conference game. They'll play Oregon again here on Thursday evening. Then on Friday, May 23rd, it's going to be a home game, non-conference style, against Fond du Lac. Thursday, the 29th of May, Elkhorn will be here. And then one more non-conference game on Friday, the 30th, as it'll be Beaver Dam and Sun Prairie West. All of those games are scheduled for 5 o'clock starts, barring any changes down the road here. But that's what you've got. We talked about the standings a little bit here during our pregame show. Badger Large Conference standings, Beaver Dam and Milton coming into today, tied with 8-2 marks. Watertown at 6-4. Rounding out the standings, Monona Grove and Oregon right now, both 5-5, so they're tied for fourth. And then in sixth place, you have DeForest with a 4-6 record. Fort Atkinson, Wanakee, 2-8, round out the conference standings there. And so Beaver Dam's got to keep winning. They got to try and keep on winning if they want to have any aspirations of a conference championship, and I know that they do. But Milton is there as well, right with them, at least as of right now. And Corey, you said you've got a link to check on Milton, what they're doing tonight? So I assume that game might even be over if it started at 5. You got any scores for? Well, if you do, let me know. And not putting any pressure on you or anything like that. But well, Beaver Dam High School, home to more youth apprenticeship programs and advanced course opportunities than any other comparable high school in our region. As part of that recipe for excellence, students at BDHS have access to more than 40 college-level courses through their award-winning participation in AP College Board, their partnership with the UW system, and rich dual-credit programming with neighboring MPTC. At Beaver Dam High School, students don't just earn a diploma, they get access to a great jumpstart on their future. And I'm seeing here Milton has defeated Oregon 8-1. Well, not even close there. So, all right. So we have our update. Thank you, Corey. Appreciate that. So Milton with the win is now 9-2. So, again, what did I just say? Beaver Dam's got to win to keep pace tonight because you've got Milton now, at least for the time being, a half game ahead of them. But Milton now 9-2 in the conference and 15-5 overall. We'll see what plays out here tonight as Beaver Dam and Watertown will get set to do battle. We can give you the starting lineups here because Watertown is finishing up its infield here. Watertown, coached by Andy Cashin at 11-7 on the season, 6-4 in the conference. Here's the batting order for the Goslings tonight. Leading it off in left field is Davis Cashin. Hitting second in center field, Jacob Hurchin. In the number 3 spot is the catcher, Calvin Hurchin. The cleanup hitter is the first baseman, Cameron Kranz. Batting fifth, the DH, Connor Kletch. In the number 6 spot is the third baseman, Landon Washitas. Hitting seventh and pitching, Elliot Wraithley. In the number 8 spot is the right fielder, Brady Lesnar. And in the number 9 spot, the second baseman, Hayden Doty. So again, for Watertown tonight, it's Davis Cashin, Jacob Hurchin, and Calvin Hurchin. Cameron Kranz, Connor Kletch, and Landon Washitas. Elliot Wraithley, Brady Lesnar, and Hayden Doty. Here's the lineup for Beaver Dam, coached by Nate Wilkie, 13-3 overall, 8-2 in Badger Large Conference play. Beaver Dam comes in to this week ranked number 5 in Division 1 with Sports.net coaches poll. Leading it off in right field is Jeff Freund. Batting second is the pitcher, Ashton Seifert. In the number 3 spot, the shortstop, Eli Bryant. The cleanup hitter is the first baseman, Zach Shave. Batting fifth in left field, Jarek Westover. Hitting sixth and doing the catching, Brad Wendorf. In the number 7 spot, the third baseman, Parker Blank. Carson Franke will play second base, and he'll hit 8th, and batting 9th, the designated hitter, Brandon Morrissey. So again, for Beaver Dam tonight, lineup looks like this: Jeff Freund, Ashton Seifert, Eli Bryant, Zach Shave, Jarek Westover, and Bradley Wendorf, Parker Blank, Carson Franke, and Brandon Morrissey. So those are your starting lineups for this game. The sun, as we mentioned, it's a beautiful scene behind us here in the western sky as that sun goes down. Getting a little chilly. I didn't bring a jacket either, so I'm going to have to tough it out here a little bit tonight as that wind is blowing. It's blowing at a fairly decent clip. Is that flag, does that look like it's blowing out to the left a little bit there, to you, Corey? To me it does. Yeah. And not like it was a couple of weeks ago when Corey, you and Wally were here for baseball. I was across the parking lot at the softball field, and we had like 35, 40-mile-an-hour gusts, and it was cold, and I dressed in about 3-4 layers. I'm sure you guys did too. You know, I talk about it all the time. You run the gamut of weather in spring sports in Wisconsin. I mean, there's just no getting around it. I mean, one day it's snowing. The next day it's 85 and sunny. The next day it's windy. You know, and look at the weather earlier today. We had some rain this morning, not a ton of it, but it rained a little bit. It was wet out when I left for work this morning, and then it was about late morning, early afternoon. It sprinkled and did a little bit more, and the skies didn't look real good at the time. And you're wondering, oh boy, what do we do now? Are we going to have a cancellation or a postponement tonight? But no, the sun did come out, and it was actually a really, really nice and warm afternoon. And now with that breeze and the sun setting, it is cooling off just a little bit, but still not complaining. I mean, it could be worse here in Wisconsin in the springtime. That is for sure. But we will have baseball here shortly. Again, if you're just tuning in, JV game went a little bit long, and the JV team from Watertown got the win over Beaver Dam by the score of 8-5. Beaver Dam again had the tying run at the plate with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th, but they could not get any closer as Watertown hangs on there and gets the win in the JV game tonight. Pitching for Beaver Dam this evening, Ashton Seifert, and I was wondering coming in, so were we going to see Jeff Freund? No, we're not going to see Jeff Freund. As I understand it, he threw an awful lot of pitches on Saturday against Monona Grove. Corey, you said, was it at least 100 he threw? Yeah, I mean, it's just – so we're going to give that guy a rest here. We're not going to bring him back on a couple of days' rest after throwing 100 pitches. Ashton Seifert, here are the numbers on Ashton. He's got a 3-1 record. Also, he has 1 save. 30.2 innings pitched on the year, a 1.37 ERA. He has allowed 14 walks, and he has struck out 31. So the numbers are pretty good there for Ashton Seifert on the season. 3-1 record. He's got a save as well. And speaking of saves, how about Eli Bryant? When you're talking saves here, this was news here just the other day, but Eli Bryant has set the single-season saves record for Beaver Dam. He's got 4 saves on the year. And as I understand it, if he gets one more, not only will he have the single-season record, he'll have the most saves of any pitcher in Beaver Dam program history, is what I was told. So that's, I mean, one more, and he breaks it. I mean, he's number one. Speaking of records, another record that Eli Bryant set here, he now has the most walks in Beaver Dam baseball history. 51 is what I have him for. The previous record was set by Matt Berg with 46. So Eli Bryant, who's going to play baseball at the next level at Kent State University, he's setting records left and right here. What a week it's been for Bryant, and congratulations to him. But it's exciting stuff as these two teams get ready to do battle here. I had oh my goodness, look who's here. Corey Sparks, your partner in crime. Walt, you got a gift. What is that? What'd you get there, Corey? What, I don't get one? What the heck is this? He gets a hat, but I don't? Oh. Oh my goodness. It's a nice hat there. I'm glad that the coach appreciates someone on this broadcast team, and it's obviously not the play-by-play guy. Oh, my goodness. That's a nice-looking hat there. Yeah. Does it say Beaver Dam on it, or what does it say? Oh, Dam Beavers on it. Okay, that's even better. I lost my train of thought. Oh, I was going to say I had the great pleasure last week to run into longtime Beaver Dam baseball coach and longtime Beaver Dam football coach Charlie McDonald, the living legend. I was actually supposed to be here last Tuesday to broadcast Beaver Dam's game, and at the last second, I had to kind of switch gears. The school district needed somebody to MC the Wall of Fame banquet over here at the high school. The person who was scheduled to do it was not able to make it at the last moment, and so they switched me over, and I filled in and MC'd that. So if you are wondering why we didn't have that game on the air last Tuesday, you can blame Mark DiStefano. No, I'm just kidding. No, Mark's going to get mad at me now. No, but we had to make a last-minute change, and I know that Mark DiStefano, the school district, really appreciated me stepping in, and so I had to cover that, and that's why I wasn't here for baseball. But tonight we are here, and just about ready to get going here momentarily. Let's take another break. We'll take another break, come back, and we'll have the first pitch coming up for you right after this on Daily Dodge TV and 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam.
Jerry's Automotive in Beaver Dam is a champion of our local schools. Team up with Jerry's Automotive by pumping your gas at their Spirit Pump, where 2 cents of every gallon is donated to a local school each month. Jerry's Automotive also provides exceptional vehicle service and repairs and a great selection of convenience items. Visit Jerry's Automotive Center WI.com and on Facebook. Jerry's Automotive, 700 North Spring Street in Beaver Dam, across the street from Beaver Dam Food Pride.
The gang's all here. Chris,
Adam,
and Abby Klodowski here to say Klodowski Real Estate is honored and grateful to have been voted Dodge County's best real estate firm, best realtor, and favorite realtor for 2024.
We love living and working in Dodge County, all of the wonderful people we serve, and the opportunity to give back to our community.
Thank you, Dodge County. Thank you.
Klodowski Real Estate, your trusted real estate advisors.
Are you ready to score big on home comfort? Cheer on our area athletes with McKinstry's Home Furnishings. From plush recliners to luxurious sofas, stylish bedroom sets to cozy area rugs, and all the accessories you need to make your home a winner. Whether you're outfitting your man cave or upgrading your living room with MVP style, McKinstry's has you covered. Game on with McKinstry's Home Furnishings, where winning starts at home.
Year after year, McKinstry's.
Did you know that each person's teeth are as unique as their fingerprints? That's why at Preferred Dental Partners, we don't take a one-size-fits-all approach. Preferred Dental Partners takes the time to customize each person's treatment plan to fit their personal needs and offer options to help them achieve their dental health goals. So whether your dental needs are few or many, give Preferred Dental Partners a call at either our Horicon or Beaver Dam location to set up your appointment to create your own personalized care plan with our amazing team.
American drivers overpay an average of $368 per year on their auto insurance. Why? Because, well, insurance is hard. It's complicated. It's time-consuming to get quotes from multiple companies, so we overpay. Or we call Richards Insurance in Beaver Dam. Make one call and receive a quote from a great company like Auto Owners Insurance. The team at Richards Insurance will literally do all the work for you. So if you could be saving money each month with an Auto Owners Insurance policy, you'll know about it. How much will you save with Richards Insurance? To find out, call Richards Insurance or stop in at 123 North Spring Street, downtown Beaver Dam. With offices in Columbus, Watertown, West Bend, and Oshkosh. With over 50 employees and hundreds of years insurance experience across 5 offices, you'll get full-service counseling with no obligation. Your auto owner's insurance carrier is Richards Insurance in Beaver Dam. Call 887-1615.
We'll be there with you. Richards Insurance of Beaver Dam.
Well, the Beaver Dam Unified School District is committed to exemplifying the given to all seniors. If you are 62 years of age or older, or know someone in our community who is, please encourage them to stop by our district office or visit the Watermark for a complimentary activities pass. This pass grants our BD Fam senior citizens admission without charge to any and all activity and athletic events sponsored by the Beaver Dam Unified School District. Go Beavers! And our game tonight is brought to you by our presenting video sponsors, the Beaver Dam Unified School District, Columbus Family Dental and Hometown Glass and Improvement. Tonight's game also brought to you by Gruber Law Offices, McKinstry's Home Furnishings, Klodowski Real Estate, Slumberland, Pizza Ranch, Park Village Shopping Center, Richards Insurance, Preferred Dental Partners, Fox Brothers Piggly Wiggly, Gruber Law Offices, Air Care, Jerry's BP, Silica for your home, Moraine Park Technical College, White Construction, and Spartan Flooring. Jack Wilski is back at the 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam Studios, engineering our radio simulcast tonight. And on site is my videographer and engineer, Corey Sparks. My name is Mike Tronson. We'll have baseball in just a moment here. A delay, as we said, because the JV game ran a little bit long. They had to give the teams their proper time for warm-ups. And right now the players being introduced to the crowd that is assembled here at the BDHS baseball field. Lights are on tonight. And so it should be a kind of a fun atmosphere. This is my first time broadcasting under the lights here. I've done many a day game here over the years, but this is the first time I've had a chance to be here under the lights. Again, batting order for Watertown, Davis Cashin, Jacob Hirchin, and Calvin Hirchin, Cameron Kranz, Connor Kletch, Landon Washitas, Elliot Wraithley, Brady Lesner, and Hayden Doty. Looking at the defensive alignment for Beaver Dam, in the outfield, Jarek Westover in left, Eli Johnson in center field, Jeff Freund is out in right. Around the infield from third to first, Parker Blank at third, Eli Bryant is the shortstop, Carson Franke at second, Zach Shave down at first, Brad Wendorf will do the catching, and Ashton Seifert gets the start on the mound. And right now we're going to step aside. We'll take a minute break for the national anthem. We'll come back, have the first pitch after this on Daily Dodge TV and 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam.
Play garage music. Silica can make any home a smart home. Whole home wiring, speakers, and smart control make your home an oasis that anticipates your every need. Whether you're seeking comfort, entertainment, peace of mind, inspiration, or just a moment of tranquility. Existing or new construction, Silica has the skill to make any home a smart home. Silica for your home.
Hey there, I'm Ryan, and I need to tell you everything you're missing out on. At the end of a long day, there is no better way to decompress than cozying up in your reclining chair or sectional.
You've got that right. Slumberland has furniture that's built for your lifestyle. We believe everyone should have the most comfortable and convenient options to recline, relax, and recharge.
That's right. At Slumberland, we've got 0% interest financing, free delivery, and we carry the biggest brands and mattresses like Sealy, Nectar, Purple, and Tempur-Pedic.
I'm Stacy, the girl next door with the big box store, and we look forward to seeing you at Slumberland Furniture.
Mike and Corey back at the ball field as we are just about set to finally get this game underway. Earlier tonight, the Beaver Dam soccer team fell in their contest. Was it 4-0, Corey? The soccer, yeah, and unfortunately they lost tonight. That game was broadcast on Daily Dodge TV earlier tonight over at the soccer field at Prairie View. And now we're going to have baseball for you finally, as Ashton Seifert, the right-hander, on the mound taking his warm-up tosses. Watertown, coached by Andy Cashin, having a decent season at 11-7, third place in the conference. And the first of two for these two teams this week. They'll play twice in the next couple of days. Thursday is the rematch down in Watertown. It'll be a 5 o'clock start. More traditional start time on Thursday down in Watertown. But tonight, we get the late game here. It's like you're on the West Coast. Those of you on the West Coast getting the late game tonight. But Seifert just finishing his warm-up tosses here. And again, a 3-1 record on the year. 1.37 ERA. I mean, Beaver Dam's pitching overall has been really good this season. It's a recipe for success. They're getting really good pitching, and they're getting really good hitting, really good timely hitting, and that's a recipe for success. They come in with only 3 losses on the year. 13-3 are the Golden Beavers. So hopefully that formula will continue not only down the stretch here at the end of the regular season, but also as they go into the WIAA playoffs coming up in a couple of weeks. But here we go. We are finally ready to get this thing going. And leading it off for the Goslings is the left fielder, Davis Cashin. Davis stepping in. Right-handed batter. Seifert is ready, and the first pitch of the ball game is a strike on the outside corner. And we're underway at 7:53 for those of you scoring at home. 1 strike pitch on the way. That one is swung on, hit up the first baseline, actually between the mound, and Cashin fields it, falls down, and then tries to throw from the seat of his pants, and he cannot get it there in time as Cashin beats it out. Well, that one, a little nubber, went up the first baseline and kind of ended up in the grass between the mound and first base. Seifert went to field it, fell down, and by the time he threw from his rear end, Cashin was at first safely. So that's an infield hit. Leadoff runner aboard for Watertown. Here is the left-handed batting center fielder, Jacob Hurchin. Hurchin with a healthy .327 batting average. Pitches on the way outside. .327 average. He has 16 hits on the year. He has driven in a couple. And the 1-0 pitch That one a little bit low and inside, goes to 2-0 on Jacob Hurchin. Davis Cashin getting a small lead down there at first. Here's the pitch, and that's on the outside corner. And that one makes it a 2-1 count. Seifert, I mentioned 31 strikeouts this season, 14 walks allowed. Decent numbers. That one swung on, hit in the air, center field. Coming in is Johnson. Dives, can't make the play. And it'll be fielded by Jarek Westover, the left fielder, who had to come over to help out his teammate after Johnson made a diving attempt at that one. And Hurchin with a base hit. Cashin advances to second, and the Goslings have something going early with runners at first and second. Nobody out. And here is the catcher, Calvin Hurchin. He's got a .441 average, 20 RBIs, 26 hits on the year. And a fastball in there, and it is a strike on Calvin Hurchin. Heart of the order here for Watertown. They've got ducks on the pond early. But that's it. It's early. We're just underway. And the 0-1 shows bunt. Bunts it back towards the mound. Cashin comes out, or Seifert rather, and he throws and gets Cashin over at third base. Boy, that was a close play, a tough play, but Seifert did a great job to get the out. Hurchin is safe at first on the fielder's choice. Jacob Hurchin advances to second, and Cashin is retired. Tough play for the first out. Runners remain now at first and second. That's going to bring up the cleanup hitter, Cameron Kranz, the first baseman. I mean, he didn't have a lot of time. He had to get it there in a hurry, and he just beat Cashin. Swinging a foul back, and that knocked the tablet that was attached to the backstop there off its perch. Cameron Kranz, 300 average. Left-handed batter, 15 hits on the year and 11 driven in. And Seifert delivers. Fastball, strike on the outside corner. 0-2 now on Kranz with those runners at first and second. 2 hits in the inning for Watertown. Beaver Dam trying to get out of this mini jam, we'll call it here early. And the pitch is on the way, way outside. A ball and 2 strikes on Kranz with Connor Kletch, the DH, waiting to hit next. This is a big spot very early in the game. Watertown would love to put a run or 2 on the board. Yeah. 1 run would be nice. A crooked number would be even better. As that pitch makes it 2-2 on Calvin Hurchin. A miss low. Or Cameron Kranz, I should say. Seifert looks back at second. Checks the runner. Delivers. Check swing. Just missed outside. Oh, I thought he had it. I thought he hit the corner. The umpire said not quite. 3-2, so it's a full count on Cameron Kranz, the cleanup hitter, with runners at first and second and 1 out. Here's a 3-2. Swing and a miss. As Kranz goes down on strikes for the second out of the inning. First strikeout for Seifert in this game, and that is a big one, as there are now 2 outs. Runners still at first and second, and here is the designated hitter, Connor Kletch. 5th batter in the Watertown order. Little pop-up on the infield, and the pitcher, Seifert, over to his left, makes the catch, and Beaver Dam gets out of it with no damage. No runs for Watertown on 2 hits. They leave 2, and after a half an inning, it's Watertown nothing. Beaver Dam coming up. We're back in 1 minute. Daily Dodge TV and 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam.
White Construction is cheering on our student athletes in the community, and they want you on their winning team too. They're expanding and looking for passionate individuals who want to build their future as a team. Join a company that values teamwork, excellence, and community spirit. They're now hiring for multiple positions around Wisconsin, including general labor, fieldwork, and heavy equipment operators. Visit congruix.com to apply today and step up to the plate with White Construction. Let's build something great together.
Are you ready for peace of mind? Chad Guzzi here, owner of Air Care in Beaver Dam. If you're tired of unexpected repair bills, you want to sign up for our Total Care plan. It ensures top performance and prolonged life of your heating and air conditioning equipment. AirCare's Total Care customers receive annual inspections as well as a reduced maintenance rate plus a 10% discount on all service repairs. AirCare, big enough to serve you, small enough to care. 920-356-8860.
Once again, we'll quickly go down the Beaver Dam batting order. Jeff Freund, Ashton Seifert, and Eli Bryant. Zach Shave, Jarek Westover, and Brad Wendorf. Parker Blank, Carson Franke, and the Moose, Brandon Morrissey. Defensively for Watertown, it's Davis Cashin in left field, Jacob Hirchin in center field, Brady Lesnar in right field. Around the infield from third to first, Landon Washidas at third. Jacob Gates is at shortstop. Hayden Doty at second, and Cameron Kranz mans the bag at first. Doing the catching is Calvin Hirchin, and on the hill for the Goslings is right-hander Elliot Wraithley. Earlier this year in a game against Fort Atkinson, it was Elliot Wraithley and Keenan Eckert combining for a no-hitter. It was back just about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. It was the second game of a doubleheader, and Elliot Wraithley pitched. I want to say he pitched, I think, the first 5. Eckert, I believe, went 2 innings, and they combined for a no-no. And Wraithley gets the start tonight on the road. And getting the hitting duties first is the leadoff batter for Beaver Dam, Jeff Freund, the right fielder. Jeff is hitting at .383 on the year with 7 runs driven in. Right-handed batter. And Wraithley ready. And the first offering. And that one is in for a strike. Got a little movement on that one there. 1 strike on Freund. Wraithley ready and delivers again. Fastball this time, and it's on the outside corner. 0-2. So quickly, Freund is down in the count, 0-2. Bottom of the first inning. And the 0-2. Popped up foul out of play over our heads. Look out. Wraithley tending to work fairly quickly here. And boy, if you're an umpire or if you're a broadcaster, you love that. Love it when they work quickly. And the 0-2 again. Look out, curveball missed high and inside. And it's 1-2 now on Freund. I've always joked or quipped about that, you know, I love watching pitchers work fairly quickly. Swing and a miss as Freund goes down swinging for the first out of the inning. And with 1 away, that's going to bring up the pitcher, Ashton Seifert, hitting at .373 with 6 driven in. Yeah, I mean, you go to these games sometime and you get pitchers who'll throw a pitch and then they'll get it back and make some adjustments, walk off the mound, take their time. None of that here with Wraithley. You know, I mean, for me, I'm not a pitcher, but I would think, you know, that helps you get into a rhythm a little bit there, doesn't it? I mean, if you're working quickly. Again, I'm no pitching expert by any means. I was not a very good baseball player. Here's the first pitch, and that one's in the dirt. I mean, I was so bad I struck out in T-ball. I mean, that's how bad it was back in those days. Circa 1981, 82, something like that. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but 1 ball, no strikes on Seifert, and here it is. That one missed a little bit high and outside. Look, he might have taken something off that one just a bit. 2-0 on Seifert with Eli Bryant, the shortstop, to follow. Next offering. Drops one in, and that's a strike at the knees, 2-1. Yeah, I was not what you would call a very good baseball player. Here's a swing and a bouncing ball to third, played on a couple of hops by Washidas. Long throw across the diamond in plenty of time to get Seifert. Nice play there by Washidas, played it on a couple of hops, and that's a 5-3 putout for out number 2. Here comes the aforementioned shortstop Eli Bryant, hitting at .308 on the year with a homer and 8 runs driven in. I played Little League in, second, third grade, I think. I just played for a couple of years, and then that was about the end of that, as I found I had no talent for fielding a baseball. Look out. I did end up playing inside that pitch, 1-0. I did end up playing some softball on a church league in high school. That was fun. There was no pressure there. And I could actually hit slow pitch softballs. Here is a swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. A couple of my classmates encouraged me to go out for that team, so I did. And I was actually the catcher on that team. I tell you, we had some contact plays at the plate. Swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch. All right, it's a ball and 2 strikes on Bryant. Those were good times, though. Bunch of my classmates, we didn't care if we lost. We just had fun playing. And just off the outside part of the plate, 2 balls, 2 strikes on Bryant with 2 outs, bottom of the first, bases empty. And nothing on the Gruber Law Office's 1 call, that's all scoreboard. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Wraithley got him. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Wraithley. And Beaver Dam goes 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first. No runs, no hits, nobody left. After 1 on the Gruber Law Office's scoreboard, it's Watertown and Beaver Dam scoreless. We're back in 1 minute on Daily Dodge TV, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam.
There's power in your smile. It can make or break a day, start a conversation, even double a dose of courage. Columbus Family Dental is committed to protecting your grin ear to ear. Young and old, orthodontics to cosmetics, we're here to make it that much easier to share your smile. Columbus Family Dental, now accepting every kind of smile.
Don't get caught with an empty pantry and fridge for the playoffs. Your Fox Brothers Piggly Wiggly in Beaver Dam and Mayville has you covered. Snacks, liquor, meat, and everything neat. Stop on over for great meals, deals, and more. For any sort of festivities at this time of the year, make your hosting a clutch performance. There's even plenty of goods for games on the road, too. What are you waiting for? Visit your Fox Brothers Piggly Wiggly in Beaver Dam and Mayville today. Shop online at foxbrospiggliwiggly.com.
Landon Washitas to lead it off for Watertown in the top of the second inning. Washitas, Wraithley, and Lesner, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters for Watertown, and a swing and a miss. It's 1 strike to count on Washitas, who is hitting at .350 on the year with 7 RBIs, 7 hits on the season. He's driven in 7, takes a strike. It's 0-2. Watertown had a little something going in the top of the first. They had runners at first and second with nobody out, but they failed to score as the 0-2 comes in, swinging a chopper. Off the plate, up the line, is it going to go foul? And no, they sing a fair ball. The umpire says fair ball, and I thought that was about to go foul. And so that is an infield hit for Washitas. That's 2 infield hits now for Watertown out of their 3 total hits. And that's a break as Washitas reaches, and here's Elliot Wraithley, the pitcher, coming up, right-handed batter. And that fastball at the knees. Good pitch there from Seifert. 0-1. But, yeah, the Goslings had runners at first and second in the top of the first. Nobody out, but then a fielder's choice, a strikeout, and a pop-out, and that allowed Beaver Dam to escape with no damage done as a pitch misses. 1 ball, 1 strike on Wraithley. Wraithley with a healthy .341 average, 14 hits this season, 5 driven in. There's a quick throw over to first, and diving back, Washitas. Got to thank head coach Andy Cashin of Watertown. He was kind enough to send me some stats for his team so we can give you some numbers to go along with those names. Pitch on the way, and that one swung on and missed. Ball gets behind the catcher, Wendorf, but not far enough for the runner to advance. So it's a ball and 2 strikes on Wraithley, who struck out a pair on the mound in the bottom of the first. Didn't allow a hit. 1-2 the count. It's pitcher versus pitcher here. Seifert. Ready. To Wrathley, delivers. Did he check a swing? Nope, he went. That's strike 3. He tried to check his swing. He could not, and that's the second strikeout of the game for Seifert. So 1 away. Washidas remains down at first with 1 out, and here is the right fielder, Brady Lesnar. Fastball, check swing, and that is a strike. 0-1 on Lesnar, hitting at .296, 8 hits on the season, 5 RBIs. Here's the next offering. Swing and a miss, a little bit late on that one, it looked like. 0-2. And Lesnar in the hole, 0-2 here with a runner on and 1 out. Gosling's batting in the top of the second. Scoreless game and check swing. Strike 3 called. Strikeout number 3 for Seifert. And the second K in a row for the right-hander. 2 gone now, and now the number 9 hitter is in. That's Hayden Doty, the second baseman. Hitting at .286, 12 hits this season, 7 runs driven in. First pitch is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. I mentioned that Wrathley was working fairly quickly in the first inning. Well, same can be said here to Seifert, who's working fairly quickly. There's a strike on the outside corner. It's 1-1. On the number 9 hitter for the Goslings, Hayden Doty. That runner Washidas getting his lead down there at first with 2 outs. Check swing, strike. Painting that corner there a little bit with Seifert. 1-2 the count. Seifert checks the runner. From the stretch, delivers. Swing, did he get a piece of it? Run, and they're going to throw down to first just to secure it anyways. So that'll do it. As after giving up that infield hit to start the frame, Seifert strikes out the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left after an inning and a half. It remains scoreless on the Gruber Law Office's 1 call, that's all scoreboard. Watertown and Beaver Dam. We're back in 1 minute Daily Dodge and 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam.
What makes a winning team? Whether it's on the baseball field or in personal injury law, you want a team with experience, dedication, and the drive it takes to win. That's why you need Gruber Law Offices on your side after a serious accident. We're a team that wins for you and your family when you need it most. Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. 1 call, that's all.
Cheer. Now cheer louder. Any accomplishment worth doing is worth doing with all your heart and soul. The entire team at Hometown Glass and Improvement knows that dedication, time, and respect can lead to greatness. When practicing free throws, running for a touchdown, or installing new windows and doors, it is commitment to something larger than oneself that creates a legacy. So keep cheering for your hometown team. Hometown Glass and Improvement online at hometownglass.com.
To the bottom of the second we go here at the BDHS Baseball Diamond, along with Jack Wilski and Corey Sparks, Mike Tronson on Daily Dodge TV, and 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam on the 1 call, that's all scoreboard. Beaver Dam and Watertown are scoreless. Zach Shave to lead it off in the bottom of the second for the Golden Beavers, the first baseman. He's the cleanup hitter. And Elliot Wrathley on the hill for his second inning of work, and the first offering to Shave. And a curveball at the letters on the outside part of the plate, 0-1. Shave, Westover, Wendorf, middle third of the order due up here for Beaver Dam as a pitch misses just a bit outside. 1 ball, 1 strike on Shave, hitting at .364 this season, a homer and 17 RBIs. In fact, he leads the team in RBI. Swing and a miss. He had a healthy cut there and came up empty, a ball and 2 strikes now. On Shave. Zach Shave going to play baseball at UW Oshkosh next year. Curveball, swing and a miss. Oh, that's a nasty pitch. And Shave goes down on strikes. That's strikeout number 3 in the game for Wrathley. 1 out. And here comes the left fielder, Jarek Westover. 238 average, 7 RBIs on the season. Westover, a left-handed batter, and he'll step in against Wrathley with the bases empty and 1 gone. I was talking earlier about how, talking about my lack of talent as a baseball player, a little leaguer. Here's the first pitch. Fastball outside, 1-0. I was down in Texas last week visiting some family in Austin and San Antonio, and I got to watch my 8-year-old godson play in some Little League tournaments down there, some tournament games. Pitch, swung on, roller to second, picked up by Doty, fires to first in plenty of time to get the out. 4-3, they'll put out on Westover, and that'll bring up the catcher, Brad Wendorf, with the bases empty and 2 gone, but he's a good little ball player. 8 years old. He plays a couple different positions. Primarily, he's a catcher. And he can catch the ball really well, unlike a lot of those 8-year-olds that were struggling behind the plate. Plays a little right field. Pretty decent hitter. Drove in a couple of runs, and I was impressed. And that one misses low and inside from Wrathley. 1 ball, no strikes on the Beaver Dam catcher. Right-handed batting Bradley Wendorf. 224 average and 13 runs knocked in on the season. Fastball low and away. 2-0. Yeah, their season down there in Texas, his baseball season is almost over, and I'm like, it's only middle of May. But I think one of the reasons that they do that is the fastball is at the knees for strike 1. It's 2-1. It gets so darn hot down there in the summertime. June, July, and August, boy, if you've been in the South at that time of year, it is really hot and steamy. Swing and a miss, 2-2. So I'm wondering if that's one of the reasons that they get a lot of games in April and May when it's not so bad. It was in the 90s when I was down there for a couple days. I was in San Antonio a week ago Thursday. It was 94, swinging a foul ball over by third base. I was not complaining because back here it was about 48, 49 degrees, I think. But they had some unique fields down there at these Little League complexes. They had grass fields, but they had turf on the mound and turf at home plate. Kind of strange. Something different. Swing and a miss. Wendorf goes down on strikes, and Wrathley retires the side 1-2-3 for the second consecutive inning. After 2 on the 1 call, that's all scoreboard. Watertown and Beaver Dam remain scoreless. We're back right after this 1-minute break on Daily Dodge TV and 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam.
You know that old Wisconsin saying, if you don't like the weather, just wait a few minutes. Well, JB Mechanical is here to ensure your home's heating and cooling system is ready for all of it. As your trusted local HVAC expert, JB Mechanical installs top-of-the-line systems to keep your home comfortable no matter what Mother Nature throws at you. From chilly mornings to warm afternoons, they've got you covered with precision, care, and expert service. Invest in your comfort today and give JB Mechanical a call. Online at jbmechllc.com. Your proud trained dealer.
Jerry's Automotive in Beaver Dam is a champion of our local schools. Team up with Jerry's Automotive by pumping your gas at their Spirit Pump, where 2 cents of every gallon is donated to a local school each month. Jerry's Automotive also provides exceptional vehicle service and repairs and a great selection of convenience items. Visit Jerry's Automotive Center WI.com and on Facebook. Jerry's Automotive, 700 North Spring Street in Beaver Dam, across the street from Beaver Dam Food Pride.
Top of the third inning is on, and it's the top third of the order coming up for Watertown. Davis Cashin, Jacob Hirchin, Calvin Hirchin, as we are scoreless through 2. Ashton Seifert back out for his third inning of work. Hey, got a nice message here from Beaver Dam High School Athletic Director Ryan Gerber. He says, welcome back. Well, thanks, Ryan. It's good to be back. And he says, Beaver Dam softball beat Fort Atkinson tonight. Here's the pitch, and it is outside and low. 1 ball, no strikes on Davis Cashin. He is 1 for 1. Infield single in the top of the first to get this game underway tonight. I'll give you the score here as the next pitch comes in. A little curveball there, and it's a strike, 1-1. What do you think the final score of that softball game was tonight, Corey? Beaver Dam beat Fort Atkinson. Okay. What did you say? I'm sorry. 13-2. You're very close to Fort Atkinson's final total. You're way off on Beaver Dam, says it's 1-2 now on cash. I'll get 23-3. So how about the Beaver Dam softball team? Swing and a miss as Seifert blew that one by Cashin. That is strikeout number 5 for Seifert. One away here in the top of the third. And the center fielder, Jacob Hirchin, will step in. He singled his first time up. So he's 1 for 1. And the pitch is on the outside corner. 0-1. 23-3. Beaver Dam softball over Fort Atkinson tonight. Great job, ladies. Swing and a grounder in the hole. It's short. Fielded by Bryant. That's a tough play off his back foot. Not a chance. That one was hit deep in the hole. Bryant did all he could to get to it and field it and then throw off balance. And that is an infield hit for Hirchin. At least that's, yep, and that's the fourth hit of the game now for Watertown. And with a runner aboard and one out, it brings up Calvin Hirchin, the catcher. That one is hit in the air. Center field. And making the catch is Eli Johnson as he was ranging to his left. So a fly out to Johnson in center. And with 2 away, runner remains at first. That'll bring up Cameron Kranz, the cleanup hitter. He struck out in his previous plate appearance back in the first inning. Hey, if you'd like to send an email during the broadcast tonight, I'd love to hear from you. The email box is open, and you can send it to sports. There's a swing and a ground ball towards second, picked up, and the throw is knocked down by the first baseman, but the runner beats it. Now they snap throw over to third. Did they get him there? No, he's safe at third as the runner, Hirchin, went all the way to third on that play. And so another hit. This one, Kranz beats it out. And Jacob Hirchin advancing all the way to third on the play. So it's runners at the corners, 2 outs, and a chance for Connor Kletch, the DH, to get the Goslings on the board. Currently we're scoreless on the Gruber Law Office's scoreboard. Yeah, sports at dailydodge.com. Sports at dailydodge.com. If you'd like to check in with an email tonight, send it right there. I'll get you on the air. In fact, a couple of them have come in already. And right now, here is the first pitch, and Kletch up the third base line. That is a foul ball. Not by a lot, but it's a foul ball. This email here is from our good friend Taylor Post. Says, let's go Beavers. Taylor, how you doing, buddy? I haven't talked to you since, basketball season. It's been a little while. Taylor, thank you very much for checking in. I hope that your spring is going well. Everything's good with you and your family. It is 0-1 on Kletch. The pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. And this email says, we're watching from home now. Go Beavers. My good friends, the Eberleys. And I ran into Christine and Lonnie earlier before our broadcast tonight. They were here earlier. And Lonnie looked a little tired. And Christine kind of nodded when I said that. And congratulations are in order. And right now, we got a little cat and mouse game here. And there's a throw home, and they're going to get the runner at home. He's out. Jacob Hirchin was trying to dance off third, and Seifert went over towards first, kind of bluffed over there, and then as Hirchin took off, he fired home, did Seifert. They get the out, and that'll do it. No runs on 2 hits, and there was 1 left after 2.5. Our score is 0-0 on the Gruber Law Office's scoreboard. Back in 1 minute on Daily Dodge TV and 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam.
The gang's all here.
Chris,
Adam,
and Abby Klodowski, here to say Klodowski Real Estate is honored and grateful to have been voted Dodge County's best real estate firm, best realtor, and favorite realtor for 2024.
we love living and working in Dodge County, all of the wonderful people we serve, and the opportunity to give back to our community.
Thank you, Dodge County. Thank you.
Klodowski Real Estate, your trusted real estate advisors.
Play garage music.
Silica can make any home a smart home. Whole home wiring, speakers, and smart control make your home an oasis that anticipates your every need. Whether you're seeking comfort, entertainment, peace of mind, inspiration, or just a moment of tranquility. Existing or new construction, Silica has the skill to make any home a smart home. Silica for your home.
And we are going to the bottom of inning number 3 in a scoreless ball game on the one call that's all scoreboard. Golden Beavers will send the bottom third of the order to the plate. 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Parker Blank, Carson Franke, and the Moose, Brandon Morrissey, are due to face Elliot Wrathley. This has been a well-pitched game. Here's a bunt attempt. It's towards the mound. It gets past the mound. Third baseman Washidas picks it up, fires to first, not in time. It was bobbled anyways. Well, Beaver Dam gets its first hit of the game. An infield hit for Parker Blank. And that'll bring up Carson Franke, the second baseman, hitting at .261 with 7 RBIs. I was saying, it's a well-pitched game. The hits, if you look at the 6 combined hits in this game, I think all but one of them have been on the infield. I mean, these aren't traveling great distances. And the pitch. Bunt attempt, back towards the mound. Off the mound is Wrathley, fires to first. That's his only play. The sacrifice executed perfectly. So Blank going to second. Franke with a sac bunt. Can't do it any better than that. 1 out and a runner in scoring position for the Golden Beavers. And here's Brandon Morrissey, designated hitter. Moose hitting at .357. How many times do you see a number 9 hitter with a .357 average? .357 with a homer and 7 RBIs. And the first pitch from Wrathley is low and inside, ball 1. Morrissey going to UW-Stevens Point next year to play football. But a multi-sport athlete, and he can play this game too. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Left-handed batting Brandon Morrissey here, trying to drive in a run. 1-1 pitch. High and outside. Makes it 2-1 now on Moose. And after that, we go back to the top of the order for Jeff Freund. He's waiting on deck. Wrathley looking back at second. Delivers. High and away. 3 balls and a strike, and Wrathley a little distracted with the runner Blank back there at second. Neither pitcher has allowed a walk to this point, but 3-1 pitch coming up here from Wrathley to Morrissey. Here it is. Jeff Freund, who struck out his first time up. So he's 0 for 1. As Beaver Dam bats here in the bottom of the third, scoreless game. There's a quick snap throw to second. Look out. That's off the glove of the second baseman. But the center fielder back there, Hirchin, was able to field that one. It got to him quickly, and there was no chance for the runners to advance. Yeah, Wrathley with that quick snap throw back there. And here's the swing and a miss on that pitch from Wrathley. So Freund finds himself down in the count, 0-1. Again, Wrathley checking the runner, Blank at second, and delivers. Curveball, and that one a little bit tight. 1 ball, 1 strike. Big opportunity here, first opportunity that Beaver Dam has had to put a run or two on the board as a pitch misses. 2 balls and a strike. Two balls, 1 strike on Freund. Wrathley looks back at second, paying a lot of attention back there. Swing and a miss. That one upstairs. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes on Freund with Ashton Seifert waiting to hit next. Wrathley. Ready and fires. That one misses. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, Beaver Dam was retired in order in both the first and second innings, so this is the first frame they've had base runners. And the 3-2 pitch. Curveball missed. A little bit high and inside, and the bases are loaded. Freund draws the walk. Second walk issued by Wrathley. Blank to third, and Morrissey to second. They're loaded up with 1 out, and here is the pitcher Ashton Seifert with a chance to help his own cause right here. He grounded out to third base, so he's 0 for 1, and a check swing at a ball down low. Big moment here, big situation. Beaver Dam with a chance to not only get on the board, but maybe put a crooked number up there. 1 ball, no strikes on Seifert. Wrathley ready and delivers. That fastball low and away, and it's 2-0. Boy, Wrathley, the way he just breezed through the first 2 innings, and not the case here in the third. Fastball, and it's on the outside corner. It's 2-1, and you like to see, if you're Beaver Dam, you got to love it when you see the bottom third of the order getting on base. Infield hit, sack bunt, now a couple of walks back to back. And the 2-1. Here goes the runner from third. Bunts it. It's a squeeze play, and the ball went foul. Oh, they had the squeeze on. The runner, Blank, came charging down the line. From third, they put the squeeze play on, and Seifert bunted it, but it went foul up the first base line. Nate Wilkie dipping into the bag of tricks there. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Seifert. Bases loaded, 1 out, bottom of the third, scoreless game for now. Wrathley ready. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Wrathley with his 6th, no, beg your pardon, that's his 5th strikeout tonight. 2 are now away. Bases remain loaded. And here is the shortstop, Eli Bryant, who struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Oh, boy. Beaver Dam does not want to let this opportunity go by with not scoring any runs. And there's a pitch in tight. 1 ball, no strikes. You look back to the top of the first, Watertown had runners at first and second, nobody out. They did not score. Here, Beaver Dam with the bases loaded and 2 outs. That one fouled straight back into your living room, right off the backstop. 1 ball, 1 strike. As I said, Wrathley kind of breezed through the first 2 innings here tonight, but he has labored a little bit in this third inning. He's only allowed the 1 hit. That was the infield hit to Blank that got this inning going, and back-to-back walks. But otherwise, he kind of breezed through those first couple innings. 1 ball, 1 strike on Eli. Here it is, outside. Good eye from Eli Bryant. It's 2 balls and a strike. Bryant trying to get a big 2-out hit here and knock in probably a couple. Wrathley ready to go, and the 2-1. That one missed. It's 3-1, and there's no place to put him. The sacks are full with 2 outs, bottom of the third. Beaver Dam and Watertown scoreless right now on the one call, that's all scoreboard. 3-1 pitch on the way. That's ball 4. And it's 1-0 Beaver Dam as Bryant draws the 2-out walk, and it forces in a run. Blank scores. Morrissey to third, Freund to second, and Bryant now at first, and we have a McKinstry's Home Furnishings visit to the mound brought to you by our good friends at McKinstry's Home Furnishings, located under the red awning in downtown Beaver Dam. They've been in business, quite a long time, 168 years to be exact. And this visit to the mound here. So Eli Bryant, he gets an RBI for that as he's walked and forces in a run. And, it's funny that Eli walked because he's got 20 walks on the season. So this is something that he is very familiar with, base on balls. So Bryant gets the RBI, and bases are still loaded. Still 2 outs. Here's Zach Shave, the cleanup hitter, curve ball, and that one missed a little bit high. Tried to drop it in there. It's 1 ball, no strikes on Shave. Shave struck out in the second, so he's 0 for 1. And a 2-out hit here, once again, would do some more damage. Upstairs, it's 2-0. 1-0, Beaver Dam leads Watertown on the Gruber Law Office's one call, that's all scoreboard. We're in the bottom of the third, 2 gone, bases loaded. And a 2-0 count to the right-handed batting Zach Shave. The ball gets by the catcher, that's going to score another run. Scoring, Morrissey from third. Freund goes from second to third. Bryant down to second. He goes on that. Are they going to score that? I wonder, a wild pitch or a pass ball? Wild pitch? I would say a wild pitch probably. And it's now 2-0 in favor of Beaver Dam on the one call, that's all scored. Plus, it's a 3-0 count on Zach Shave. So that is now an infield hit, 3 walks, and a wild pitch that have really hurt Watertown here in the inning. And there's a fastball in for a strike. The locals did not like the call. You probably heard the groaning here. It's borderline maybe. That's all I'm going to say. 3 balls and a strike on Shave. Swing and a miss. Boy, Shave had a healthy cut on that pitch that was upstairs. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Shave. If he can keep the inning going, Jarek Westover would hit next. And the 3-2 pitch. Ball 4. Now first base was open. So Shave down at first on the base on balls. And that is now 4 walks in the inning issued by Wrathley. The bases are loaded once again for the Golden Beavers. They lead it 2-0 on the Gruber Law Office's scoreboard, and the batter will be the left fielder, Jarek Westover. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out to second his first time up. And the pitch, swing and a miss on a fastball. Wrathley reared back and blew it by him. It's 0-1. And another pitch that is on the outside corner, 0-2. Our home plate umpire today is a little bit of a deliberate strike call. Sometimes I want to call the pitch before he does. Popped up. High pop-up on the infield. Third baseman Washitas and drops the ball. And that's going to score 2 runs. Washitas dropped the ball. It was a mile-high pop-up. Westover's going to reach on, I imagine they'll score that in E5. And scoring on the play was Freund and Bryant. and it's 4-0 Beaver Dam. Oh, Watertown could have been out of the inning, and Washitas just had to go off his glove. 4-0. Beaver Dam has 4 runs on only 1 hit. 4 runs on 1 hit. And here is the 9th batter of the inning, Brad Wendorf, and he swings, little fly ball, right field, and it's going to be caught in foul ground by the first baseman, Kranz, and that's going to do it for Beaver Dam, but they come up with 4 big runs in the inning on just 1 hit, and they leave a pair. And after 3 complete, brand new ball game on the one call, that's all scoreboard. Beaver Dam 4, Watertown nothing. Back in 1 minute. Daily Dodge TV, 1430 ESPN.
Hey there, I'm Ryan, and I need to tell you everything you're missing out on. At the end of a long day, there is no better way to decompress than cozying up in your reclining chair or sectional.
You've got that right. Slumberland has furniture that's built for your lifestyle. We believe everyone should have the most comfortable and convenient options to recline, relax, and recharge.
That's right. At Slumberland, we've got 0% interest financing, free delivery, and we carry the biggest brands and mattresses like Sealy, Nectar, Purple, and Tempur-Pedic.
I'm Stacy, the girl next door with the big box store, and we look forward to seeing you at Slumberland Furniture.
White Construction is cheering on our student athletes in the community, and they want you on their winning team too. They're expanding and looking for passionate individuals who want to build their future as a team. Join a company that values teamwork, excellence, and community spirit. They're now hiring for multiple positions around Wisconsin, including general labor, fieldwork, and heavy equipment operators. Visit congruix.com to apply today and step up to the plate with White Construction. Let's build something great together.
To make Moraine Park Technical College your first choice for an education tailored to your success and growth. With campuses in Beaver Dam, Fond du Lac, and West Bend, visit morainepark.edu/first choice. Tonight's game also brought to you by our presenting video sponsors, the Beaver Dam Unified School District, Columbus Family Dental and Hometown Glass and Improvement. Our game tonight brought to you by Gruber Law Offices, McKinstry's Home Furnishings, Klodowski Real Estate, Slumberland, Pizza Ranch, Park Village Shopping Center, Richards Insurance, Preferred Dental Partners, Fox Brothers Piggly Wiggly, Gruber Law Offices, Air Care, Jerry's BP, Silica for your home, Moraine Park Technical College, White Construction, and Spartan Flooring. Alrighty, so Watertown going to work here in the top of the 4th inning, and the first pitch to Connor Kletch is strike 1. Kletch is the designated hitter. He is 0 for 1 in the game. Nice curveball dropped in there for strike 2. Quickly, 0-2 on Kletch. Hitters 5, 6, and 7 due up for Watertown here in the top of the 4th. As that one is low, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, apparently it's Bark at the Park night tonight. Bring your dog to the stadium. As we've got our furry friend right down here in front of us. Swinging a fly ball into short center. Johnson ranging over to his right a little bit, makes the catch for the first out. What's your dog's name? Laney? Laney? What kind of a dog is Laney? Golden Noodle. Okay, yeah, Golden Noodle, thank you. Very cute, by the way, very cute. And Laney's got to be very comfortable. She's got that nice fur coat on here tonight. 1 ball, no strikes, by the way, on Landon Washitas, the third baseman, who bats from the left side of the plate. Second offering is low, 1 ball. Beg your pardon, 2 balls, no strikes. Washitas reached on an infield hit his first time up, so he is 1 for 1 in the game. Right now batting with the bases empty and 1 out, top of the 4th. 4-0. Beaver Dam leads Watertown on the Gruber Law Offices scoreboard. Way outside on that one. 3 balls and no strikes on Washitas. Again, if you want to send an email, our email box is open through the game tonight. sports@dailydodge.com. sports@dailydodge.com. We'll take your name, where you're from, who you're cheering for. You know the drill. I don't have to tell you that. As it's now 3-1 on Washitas. And ball 4 outside. So Washitas draws the walk. That is the first walk issued tonight by Ashton Seifert. One-out base runner for the Goslings, who trail 4-0. And here is Elliot Wraithley, the pitcher, who struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Swing and a miss. 0-1 on Wraithley. And that pitch a little bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike. The count is even on Wraithley. Beautiful night here, almost a little bit on the chilly side, but I'm not complaining, as that one is outside. 2 balls and a strike on Wraithley. It got a little warm and a little humid in the middle of the afternoon today when that sun was out. You know, the day started with a little bit of rain, overcast, then we had that sunshine. Swung on, fouled over our heads and out of play. And it was warm. And now the sun has set. The lights are on. And we play in the top of the 4th. And that pitch is down low. Yeah, these players we talk about, you don't play an awful lot of night games this time of year, and there's a difference. I mean, if this game starts at 5 o'clock, here's a pitch upstairs, ball 4. And that's back-to-back walks allowed now by Seifert. Washitas to second on that play. Wraithley now at first, and the batter is going to be Brady Lesnar, the right fielder. This game starts at 5 o'clock. You got fielders out there battling sunlight, on pop-ups and fly balls, things of that nature. And a little bit different feel here under the lights, but it is pretty cool. I mean, how often do you get a chance, especially in high school ball, not a lot of games at night, not a lot of fields that have lights even. So this is pretty special. As I said, I've broadcast many a day game here over the years, but this is a first for me, broadcasting under the lights. You've heard of Monday Night Football. This is Tuesday Night Baseball. Here's Lesnar, takes a swing, a healthy cut at that one, and swings and misses. Lesnar struck out his previous plate appearance, so he's 0 for 1. Shows bunt, and that one is bunted foul. Over by the third base dugout. I didn't go out on the field before the game, but boy, the field looks in really good shape. Can thank Jeff Eberly and all the people that make that happen. There's a swing and a fly ball opposite field. It's going to be caught by Freund, the right fielder. And a great throw over to third base to keep the runner from advancing. Tell you what, nice play there. Wasn't hit very deep as Lesnar sent it to opposite field. Freund made the catch for the second out, and then a great throw in, and it keeps the runners put. Nobody able to tag on that. Runners still at first and second now, 2 outs, and the number 9 hitter, Hayden Doty, will step in, and he is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Curve ball, and that one is in there, strike 1. 0-1 on Doty. And here is the pitch from Seifert swing, a little chopper foul behind home plate. These two teams will play again on Thursday. That game will be in Watertown, Washington Park in Watertown. And it's scheduled for a 5 o'clock start. So they won't have to wait long until they see each other again. And that one in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Doty. Beaver Dam, Watertown. Long-time rivals in just about everything. And the pitch on the way. Swing and foul back, out of play. Yeah, these two schools need no introduction. And that goes back a lot of years. A lot of years they've been in the same conference, and they should be. I mean, that's just a natural rivalry. As the ball is blocked nicely by the catcher to keep the runners from moving anywhere. Nice job by Wendorf there. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Doty. Yeah, that's just in the natural course of things. Beaver Dam and Watertown should be in the same conference. They should be playing each other. That's a natural geographical rivalry. You circle the games against the other school, on the calendar when the schedule comes out. Ball low and away. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes on Doty. And if he can keep it going, we'll go back to the top of the order for Davis Cashin. Full count. And the pitcher, Seifert, looked the runners back, is trying to get a head start here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. Ball 4. And that is the 3rd walk of the inning issued by Seifert, and the bases are now loaded. He walked the number 9 hitter. Oh, my goodness. So Doty is aboard at first. Wraithley to second, and Washitas to third. Now Watertown with the bases loaded, 2 outs, and back to the top of the order. Davis Cashin takes a look at ball 1. Cashin is 1 for 2 with an infield hit and a strikeout. And he's up with a big spot right here. Watertown trying to get on the board as the pitch is outside. 2 balls and no strikes now on Cashin. I mentioned that they had a chance in the top of the first. Runners at first and second, nobody out. They did not score. And this is their first real threat since that top of the first inning when they had those runners on. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch. 3-0 now as that one's low and outside, and there's no place to put him. Wraithley walked in a run last half inning, and now Seifert trying not to do the same thing here. And the 3-0 pitch. Strike on the outside corner. It's 3-1, and there was no doubt in my mind he was taken all the way there. He wasn't going to lift the bat off the shoulders until Seifert could throw a strike. Now the 3-1. Nope, that's ball 4, and that is going to force in a run. So Cashin is going to get an RBI out of that. Washitas scores. Wraithley to third. Doty to second. Cashin is aboard. And that's now 4 walks allowed in the inning for Seifert. So both pitchers started off kind of breezing through things for the most part. Now they've labored a little bit here. And the batter is going to be Jacob Hurchin, the center fielder. He is 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. 4-1 now. So the Beaver Dam lead down to 3 on the 1 call. That's all scoreboard. Fastball is on the outside corner for strike 1. Swinging a foul ball off the backstop. 0-2 on Jacob Hurchin. Seifert looking for one more strike to get out of this inning with no further damage. Seifert's ready. And the pitch. Check swing, and that one, what are they saying? No, they appeal, and the second base umpire says no, he did not go around. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Jacob Hurchin. Bases are loaded, 2 outs. Swinging a foul ball out of play over on the left side. Still a ball and 2 strikes on Jacob Hurchin. Seifert. Ready and delivers. Swung on, hit in the air. Left field. This is going to be trouble. Down the line. Is it fair? It's a foul ball. Now, Jarek Westover was giving chase, and the locals were holding their breath here because they're going to drop fair or foul. It was foul. Still 1-2 on Jacob Hirchin. That might have cleared the bases had it been fair. The 1-2 pitch again. Swing and a miss. Seifert pumps his fist as he strikes out Jacob Hirchin. And that'll do it for Watertown in the top of the fourth. But they do come up with one run, no hits, and they leave them loaded. And after 3 1/2 innings of play, it's now Beaver Dam 4 and Watertown 1 on the Gruber Law Office's scoreboard. We're back in 1 minute. Daily Dodge TV, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam.
Are you ready for peace of mind? Chad Guzzi here, owner of Air Care in Beaver Dam. If you're tired of unexpected repair bills, you want to sign up for our Total Care plan. It ensures top performance and prolonged life of your heating and air conditioning equipment. Air Care's Total Care customers receive annual inspections as well as a reduced maintenance rate, plus a 10% discount on all service repairs. Air Care, big enough to serve you, small enough to care, 920-356-8860.
There's power in your smile. It can make or break a day, start a conversation, even double a dose of courage. Columbus Family Dental is committed to protecting your grin ear to ear. Young and old, orthodontics to cosmetics, we're here to make it that much easier to share your smile. Columbus Family Dental, now accepting every kind of smile.
All righty. The bottom of the fourth is on. And for Beaver Dam, Parker Blank set to lead things off. His team leading Watertown 4-1 here at the BDHS baseball field. Blank stepping in, and the first pitch from Wraithley is a strike on the inside corner. 0-1 on Blank. Blank is 1 for 1. He reached on an infield single in the third, and he came around to score. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. So you got the bottom third of the order once again coming up here for Beaver Dam to start this inning. Blank, Franke, Morrissey. Swing and a miss. Blank goes down on strikes. One away, and that'll bring up Carson Franke, the second baseman. Well, I tell you what, my longtime friend, mentor, Tim Haldeman, just checked in with a nice message here. And I'll get to that in just a second as Wraithley delivers to Carson Franke, and it's low and away for ball one. Tim says, listening on my way home from Beloit after working a really good high school game. He says, I like what Tim says, you may not be getting to Cooperstown like Waterloo native Tom Hamilton, but you'll always be in my Hall of Fame as it's 2-0 now. Aw, Tim, you're making me blush. But I appreciate that, buddy. At least we have one listener out there in Radio Land tonight. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-1 on Franke. Franke, his only other plate appearance was last inning, and he was credited with a sacrifice bunt. Swinging a foul over the backstop. Out of play it goes. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tim, I appreciate that. Good to hear from you, buddy. Swinging another foul out of play on the right side as it goes into the dark of night over there by the track and the football field. We're in the bottom of the fourth. Beaver Dam 4, Watertown 1 on the Gruber Law Office's scoreboard. 1 out, bases empty, swing and a foul off the backstop. So Franke fighting off some pitches here. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count on Carson Franke with Moose Morrissey ready to hit next. Here's the pitch. Look out, that one over the head. Franchese had to duck out of the way of that one a little bit. And the count has run full on the right-handed batting Beaver Dam second baseman. Wraithley ready again. And the 3-2. Swing and a miss on a curveball. He got him. Back-to-back strikeouts for Wraithley here in the bottom of the fourth inning. That's 7 strikeouts in the game now for Wraithley. And here is Moose, Brandon Morrissey, the number 9 hitter. He walked and scored a run his first time up. Beaver Dam batted around in the third inning when they scored 4 times. Swing and a miss. 0-1 on Morrissey. Mom's got the camera out right now, videoing this at bat. Swing and a miss. Sorry if I embarrassed you there, but, you know, I call them as I see them. 0-2. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. And Wraithley just struck out the side in the bottom of the fourth. No runs, no hits, nobody left. After 4 complete on the one call, that's all scoreboard. It remains Beaver Dam 4, Watertown 1. We're back in 1 minute. Daily Dodge TV and 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam.
Shop the pig! Don't get caught with an empty pantry and fridge for the playoffs. Your Fox Brothers Piggly Wiggly in Beaver Dam and Mayville has you covered. Snacks, liquor, meat, and everything neat. Stop on over for great meals, deals, and more. For any sort of festivities at this time of the year, make your hosting a clutch performance. There's even plenty of goods for games on the road, too. What are you waiting for? Visit your Fox Brothers Piggly Wiggly in Beaver Dam and Mayville today. Shop online at foxbrospigglywiggly.com.
What makes a winning team? Whether it's on the baseball field or in personal injury law, you want a team with experience, dedication, and the drive it takes to win. That's why you need Gruber Law Offices on your side after a serious accident. We're a team that wins for you and your family when you need it most. Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
We go to the top of the 5th inning. Beaver Dam 4, Watertown 1 on the Gruber Law Offices scoreboard. Hitters 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Goslings. Calvin Hurchin, the catcher, will lead it off, and he's 0 for 2 on the evening. And the first pitch is on the way from Seifert, and a curveball, and it misses for ball 1. Calvin Hurchin, Cameron Kranz, Connor Kletch all due up here in the top half of inning number 5, and that one misses as well. 2 balls and no strikes on Calvin Hurchin. And it's now 3-0. That one's low and outside to the right-handed batting Hurchin. Calvin Hurchin is one of 6, count them 6, Watertown Gosling players that, there's a strike. He was taken all the way. Calvin Hurchin is one of 6 Watertown players that are going to be playing baseball at, swinging a ground ball foul over by third base. One of 6 Watertown players that are going to be playing college baseball next year at Bryant and Stratton College in Milwaukee. Are you kidding me? 6. Count them 6. That's a lot of players going on to the next level. Swinging a chopper towards her, gloved by Blank. Fires across, low throw. It's scooped out nicely by Shave, and they get the out. Great play. 5-3 the put out on Calvin Hurchin. 1 away, and here comes Cameron Kranz, the cleanup hitter. Yeah, the list, I hope I didn't miss anybody, but Elliot Wraithley, Ashton Johnson, Calvin Hurchin, Jacob Hurchin, Cameron Kranz, and Thomas Gaiman all are going to be playing college baseball at Bryant and Stratton College in Milwaukee. You talk about a pipeline to that school, as it's 1 ball, no strikes on Kranz. And make it 1-1 as that next pitch hit the knees. But I'm wondering if they've had that going for a while there, because, I mean, that's a lot of players going to the same place from one school. Swinging a fly ball, center field. Johnson going back a little bit, still ranging back, and he makes the catch out there in deep center field. Kranz gave it a ride, but the ballpark held it. And with 2 away, the base is empty. Here comes Connor Kletch. Hey, got to thank Wally Lukashinsky here for stepping in mid-game to spell Corey Sparks, because I can't do this alone, folks. I can't. As they're swinging a chopper foul on third base. I'm still mad about the hat, though. I'm just giving you a hard time, Wally. I'm going to have a talk with Coach, though. Because, I mean, I've only been here 29 years. Come on, I don't get a hat? He's probably 2 for me. Swinging a miss. Does it sound like I'm whining a little bit? Yeah, it probably does. So, 0-2 on the DH Connor Kletch. Kletch 0 for 2 in the game. And Seifert ready and fires. Swing, a little ground ball played on a hop, and actually into center field. Bryant was trying to field it and could not come up with it cleanly. And so that is Kletch reaching on the base hit. Sixth hit of the game for the Goslings, and a 1-out base runner as Landon Washidas will come up. He has an infield hit and a walk and a run scored in this game. There's a foul ball, 0-1 on Washidas. But, yeah, 6 players from Watertown all going to play at Bryant and Stratton. You know, I mentioned Eli Bryant going to play at Kent State. Play baseball at Kent State. Jeff Freund's going to UW River Falls. Zach Shave, UW Oshkosh, swinging a base hit right field. Washidas knocks one into right field. Advancing to second is Kletch, and Watertown with something going here. In the top of the 5th, now runners at first and second, and 2 away, and the batter will be Elliot Wraithley, the pitcher who has struck out and has walked in this game, and that didn't take long, and Corey Sparks is back. Wally Lukashinsky's usually good for a batter or 2, and that's enough, and he calls it a night. Check swing on that first offering at strike 1 to Wraithley. We also mentioned earlier Brandon Morrissey going to play football at UW Stevens Point. The next level, swing and a miss. It's 0-2. 4-1. Beaver Dam leads. Watertown, though, batting with the runners at first and second, 2 out in the top half of the 5th inning. That one outside and low. A ball and 2 strikes now on Wraithley. Pitch. That one, strike 3 called on the inside corner. Wraithley is caught looking, and that'll do it for Watertown. In the top of the 5th, no runs on a couple of hits, and they leave a pair. And after 4 1/2, our score remains on the One Call That's All scoreboard. BD 4 and Watertown 1. Back in 1 minute. Daily Dodge TV 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam.
Cheer. Now cheer louder. Any accomplishment worth doing is worth doing with all your heart and soul. The entire team at Hometown Glass and Improvement knows that dedication, time, and respect can lead to greatness. When practicing free throws, running for a touchdown, or installing new windows and doors, it is commitment to something larger than oneself that creates a legacy. So keep cheering for your hometown team. Hometown Glass and Improvement online at hometownglass.com.
You know that old Wisconsin saying, if you don't like the weather, just wait a few minutes. Well, JB Mechanical is here to ensure your home's heating and cooling system is ready for all of it. As your trusted local HVAC expert, JB Mechanical installs top-of-the-line systems to keep your home comfortable no matter what Mother Nature throws at you. From chilly mornings to warm afternoons, they've got you covered with precision, care, and expert service. Invest in your comfort today and give JB Mechanical a call. Online at jbmechllc.com. Your proud Train dealer.
Jack Wilski is back at the 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam Studios. My name is Mike Tronson, joined on site by Corey Sparks. We go to the bottom of the fifth. And for Beaver Dam, it'll be Jeff Freund, the right fielder, leading it off. Freund in the game, he has a strikeout and a walk and a run scored. And ball one is low and outside to the right-handed batting Freund. Another email to get to here that just came in. Look out, that one high and tight, and it's 2-0. It says, congrats to Eli Bryant, homer this weekend, and to his sister Maddie, homer tonight at Fort. Love watching our teams. That's from Arden and Kathy. Bryant grandparents checking in tonight via email. Thank you very much. Glad to hear from you. Again, sports@dailydodge.com if you want to check in with an email. And that one is a strike on the outside corner. Very deliberate call from the umpire there. 2-1. And make it 3-1. That's way outside. 3 balls and a strike on Freund with Seifert and Eli Bryant to follow. Here's the 3-1 from Wraithley. Swing and a foul ball out of play over our heads. And now the next offering. Upstairs misses. That's ball 4, and Freund draws the leadoff walk here in the 5th. So, with Freund at first, that'll bring up the pitcher, Ashton Seifert, and he is 0 for 2. A ground out to third and a strikeout in this game. Comes up with a runner at first and nobody out. Here's the pitch, bunted up the first base line, fielded by the first baseman. He'll step on the bag, but the sacrifice is executed. Freund down to second on a sac bunt. So with 1 out, a runner now in scoring position for Beaver Dam. And Eli Bryant coming up. Bryant has struck out. He has walked and scored a run tonight. And Wraithley checks the runner and now fires home, and that one drops in for strike 1. 0-1 on Bryant. Zach Shave waiting in the on-deck circle. And the pitch on the way. Look out, that's upstairs. Calvin Hurchin had to get out of his stance and field that one with his glove and keep it from going to the backstop. 1 ball, 1 strike on Bryant. Another one high and tight. Wraithley going a little high and tight on those last 2 pitches. Right-hander looks down at second, now fires home, and that one is in there for a strike. And that will even the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And now time is called. If you missed it earlier, Beaver Dam softball with a huge win tonight over Fort Atkinson, 23-3. Beaver Dam girls soccer team fell in their game tonight 4-0. That was broadcast on Daily Dodge TV. As now the count has gone full on Eli, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Wraithley ready to go as he checks the runner at second. Now delivers. 3-2 pitch, and it's upstairs, ball 4. 6th walk issued by Wraithley. And it's runners at first and second for the Golden Beavers, and the batter will be Zach Shave. Zach with a strikeout and a walk tonight. And he steps in with ducks on the pond. And just one out, and the pitch is low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes on Zach Shave. And the catcher, Calvin Hurchin, walking out to the mound briefly to speak with Elliot Wraithley. That was a quick conference, though. Just wanted to get his order for the post-game meal. Pepperoni or sausage. And now what do we have here? We have a pinch runner. What do we got here? Who came in? Hayden? Okay, thank you. I wasn't sure who they put in there. But we had a pinch runner come in for Beaver Dam. And the pinch runner is Hayden Burkhan. Down there at first. Swing and a foul back. 1 ball, 1 strike on Shave. Count is even on Shave. 1-1. Runners at first and second, 1 out for the Golden Beavers. Bottom of the 5th, I should say, and there's a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Shave. Beaver Dam's got that 3-run lead, but boy, you'd love to push across a few more here. I mean, Watertown threatened big time that last inning. They came up with 1, but that's all. That one popped up foul and out of play. Over on the right side as the youngsters go after a souvenir. Who's going to get there first? Still a ball and 2 strikes on Shave. Shave, a great hockey player in the wintertime. Goaltender, did a great job. Look out, that one is upstairs. 2-2. Yeah, a lot of these guys on both sides, names that, that I recognize from other sports that I've called. A lot of great multi-sport athletes. Swing and a miss. Wraithley got him. Right on cue, I compliment Shave, and he strikes out. That's the curse of the broadcaster. And with 2 away, that will bring up Jarek Westover, the left fielder. Westover, the left-handed batting left fielder. And he tonight has grounded to second and reached on an error. And the first pitch is outside. Ball 1 to Westover with runners at first and second. And now 2 outs. And that one is a strike on the inside part of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike on Westover. This game started about 45 minutes late. So if you're just tuning in, here's a swing and a chopper towards short. It's going to be a tough play. Knocked down by the shortstop Gates, but it'll have no play. That was pretty deep in the hole. He did all he could to get to it and just knock it down, keep it on the infield. But Freund goes to third, Burkhan to second, and Westover reaches on the infield hit. And that's, it's hard to believe, but that is just the second hit of the game for Beaver Dam, and they lead it 4-1. But right now the bases are loaded, and 2 are out, and here is the catcher, Brad Wendorf. And the pitch from Wraithley. That is a ball one, actually. Ball one. A little bit outside. Wendorf has struck out, and he has popped out. He's 0 for 2. Boy, it'd be a big opportunity here to drive in a couple. Get a big 2-out hit. And check swing, that's a strike. It's 1-1. Yeah, Beaver Dam has 4 runs and only 2 hits. But there have been an awful lot of walks issued. And with an error and a wild pitch and a couple of sack bunts, they've manufactured the runs. You know, they've found ways to do it. It's 2-1, by the way, as that one missed. 2-1 on Wendorf. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. I guess I just didn't realize it until now, but that wind has died down significantly here in the latter stage of this game. Here's a swing and a miss. Got him. Strikeout for Wraithley. And that'll do it for Beaver Dam in the bottom of the 5th. No runs on 1 hit, and they leave them loaded. And after 5 complete on the one call, that's all scoreboard. It's Beaver Dam 4, Watertown 1. Back in 1 minute, Daily Dodge TV and 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam.
Jerry's Automotive in Beaver Dam is a champion of our local schools. Team up with Jerry's Automotive by pumping your gas at their Spirit Pump, where 2 cents of every gallon is donated to a local school each month. Jerry's Automotive also provides exceptional vehicle service and repairs and a great selection of convenience items. Visit Jerry's Automotive Center WI.com and on Facebook. Jerry's Automotive, 700 North Spring Street in Beaver Dam, across the street from Beaver Dam Food Pride.
The gang's all here. Chris,
Adam,
and Abby Klodowski here to say Klodowski Real Estate is honored and grateful to have been voted Dodge County's best real estate firm, best realtor, and favorite realtor for 2024.
We love living and working in Dodge County, all of the wonderful people we serve, and the opportunity to give back to our community.
Thank you, Dodge County. Thank you.
Klodowski Real Estate, your trusted real estate advisors.
Along with Jack Wilski and Corey Sparks, Mike Tronson back at the BDHS baseball field. We go to the top of inning number 6. Getting late. Watertown trailing Beaver Dam 4-1, and the Golden Beavers have a new hurler on the mound. The new pitcher is Eli Bryant. He moves over from the shortstop position. He'll pitch now here in the 6th inning. Eli Bryant, 3-0 record this season with 4 saves. He has the single season saves record for Beaver Dam. 22.2 innings pitched, a .31 ERA. He has 30 strikeouts and has issued 11 walks. This guy's been phenomenal on the hill, and he's in to face Brady Lesnar. Swing and a miss. Brady Lesnar, the Watertown right fielder, he's 0 for 2 on the evening, and he's down on the count, 0-1. Bryant, the right-hander, ready and delivers. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. So with the change, Bryant now pitching, and Ashton Seifert, who went the first 5 innings, moves over to shortstop. Pretty simple switch. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on, hit in the air. Left field and deep. Westover going back towards the corner. It's going to drop. It's a fair ball. All the way towards the wall, and stopping at second with a stand-up double is Lesnar. And boy, he gave that one a ride. Lesnar with a leadoff double here in the 6th for the Goslings, who are trailing by 3, and that's a good way to get a rally going there off Beaver Dam's great pitcher, Eli Bryant. Here is the second baseman, Hayden Doty, who is swinging at the first pitch and fouls that one back. Doty struck out in the 2nd. He walked and was left stranded in the 4th. 0-1 on Doty. Bryant checks the runner and now fires. Fouled straight back right into your living room. Luckily the backstop was there. 0-2 on Doty. Bryant working rather quickly. Here's the 0-2. Swing, a little looper to the second base. Over the glove of the second baseman, Franke, into short right field. That's a base hit. And the runner, Lesnar, had to stay put at second because he had to make sure it wasn't going to be caught. So he's not able to advance to third, but Doty with a hit. So it's back-to-back base knocks here for Watertown to start the 6th inning. And we go back to the top of the order for the left fielder, Davis Cashin. Cashin has an infield single, a strikeout, and a walk. And he represents the tying run, folks, as he swings and misses. So anybody that thought, yeah, you're bringing in Bryant now, things are looking good, you're up 4-1. This game's not over. Not by a long shot. Here it is. Fastball, swing and a miss. He blew it right by him. And it's 0-2 on Cashin. But again, Cashin represents the tying run here. It's 4-1, Beaver Dam on front in the on the Gruber Law Office's scoreboard. And that fastball down low, it's now a ball and 2 strikes. But Lesnar doubled, then Doty with a base hit. And that's how Watertown getting it going here to start the 6th. That one's in the dirt and kept right near home plate by Wendorf, the catcher. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Bryant. Fouled over by the Beaver Dam dugout on the first base side. Oh, you knew they weren't going to go away quietly, didn't you? Come on. Four runs, 2 hits, no errors for Beaver Dam. 1 run on 8 hits and 1 error for Watertown. We play in the top of the 6th. 1 call, that's all. Scoreboard finds Beaver Dam up 3. It's a 2-2 count on Cashin, and Bryant delivers. Swing and a miss. He got him. That is strikeout number 1 for Bryant. It's a big one, first out of the inning. Runners stay put at first and second, and that will bring up the Goslings center fielder, Jacob Hurchin. He is 2 for 3, a couple of singles and a strikeout. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Bryant takes a look down at second, and the pitch on the way. That one's a strike on the outside corner, evens the count. It's 1-1. Good to see our friend Big Jer here tonight. There's a snap throw down to second, but the runner back. Big Jer doing the PA announcing here at the high school baseball field. He does a lot of hockey PA during the winter. Been a friend for a lot of years, known that guy a long time, Big Jer. And a fastball down too low. It's 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 on Jacob Hurchin. With runners at first and second, 1 gone. Top half of the 6th inning. That one gets away. It skips away from the catcher, Wendorf. Runners are going to advance. As Lesnar to third, Doty to second. Now Watertown with a pair of runners in scoring position and only 1 out on the wild pitch there. And now a hit, we probably got a 1-run game. Look out, that one's in the dirt, and it's ball 4. Doesn't matter. So the bases are loaded. Jacob Hurchin draws the walk. Second walk, beg your pardon, first walk issued by Eli Bryant. And they're loaded up. Sacks are full. And here is Calvin Hurchin, the catcher. He is 0 for 3, so he's due. And he's got runners at every base. Fastball, and that one is low. 1 ball and no strikes. Wow, what a turn of events here. Bryant, the 1-0. And that one missed. It's 2-0. It is 4-1, Beaver Dam leading for the moment. Watertown trying to change that. And the 2-0. That's inside and tight. It's 3-0 on Calvin Hurchin, and there's no place to put him. This a big moment in the game right here. Here's the 3-0. Strike on the outside corner. 3-1. That one just hit the corner. And now the 3-1. Swung on, fouled back. I don't know, that looked like ball 4 to me. He swung at it, and it's now 3-2 on Hurchin. 3 balls, 2 strikes on the Gosling catcher. The sacks are full. 1 out. They trail by 3. And the pitch. Low! And it walks in a run. So Calvin Hurchin draws the walk and gets an RBI out of it. And it's now a 4-2 ball game. And we have a visit to the mound brought to you by McKinstry's Home Furnishings. Located in downtown Beaver Dam. They've been in business for 168 years. Find them under that red awning. So here we are, 1 out. Top of the 6th, Watertown batting. Bases are loaded, and it's now a 4-2 ball game. Beaver Dam, their lead is down to 2 on the 1 call, that's all scoreboard, and the hitter will be the cleanup batter. Cameron Kranz, the first baseman, and he is 1 for 3 officially in this ball game. A strikeout, an infield hit, and he flied out to center his last time up. So Cran steps in. Bryant delivers. And that's upstairs for ball 1. And now the 1-0. Outside. Oh, hit the corner. I beg your pardon. Again, that umpire, very delayed strike call. As I said, I jumped to conclusions there on occasion. I got burned. Swung on, grounded to short. There's a flip to the bag. 1 relay. It's not in time. It gets by the first baseman, and 2 runs are going to score on the play, and we're tied at 4. Now the throw gets away from home plate, and Kranz is going to advance to second. Oh, my goodness. We are tied at 4 on a wild sequence. Wow. A fielder's choice and a throwing error. 2 runs have scored. And we are knotted now at 4 apiece. And wow, what a turn of events. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Connor Kletch. And there is strike 1 to Kletch. Kletch, 1 for 3. Couple of flyouts and a single. Swinging a chopper deep in the hole. It's short, and it's going to go into left field for a base hit. And scampering over to third, Kranz, and it's now runners at the corners with 2 outs. And here is Landon Washitas coming up. So it's runners at the corners. 2 outs, and there's a quick throw to first, and they got the runner between first and second in a rundown. And now they throw towards third. Now they get the runner coming home, and he's going to score. Kranz scores from third. They threw to first. Kletch was caught in what appeared to be a rundown between first and second. The runner, Kranz, danced off third, and they decided to throw home, and he beat it, and everybody's safe. It's now 5-4 Watertown. The pitch on the way, and it's way outside to Washitas. Wow, what a turn of events. I'm baffled here. I'm just stunned. 1 ball, no strikes on Washitas. But a brand new ball game, 5-4. There's a pitch down low. 2 balls, no strikes on Washitas. He has singled twice. He has walked and scored a run. Swinging a chopper towards third. That is a fair ball. And no play. There was no play for Parker Blank. And so you've got Washitas reaching on yet another infield hit.
Now batting, the pitcher, number 11, Elliot Rayfley.
And runners at the corners. And here is Elliot Rayfley, the pitcher, and he will take a look at ball 1. Watertown with a monstrous rally. Here in the top of the 6th, they've taken the lead 5-4. There's a throw to first, and getting back is the runner Washitas. Now, Watertown started the inning with back-to-back hits. You throw in a walk, a fielder's choice, a throwing error. Among other things, here is a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike on Rayfley. Beaver Dam had that 4-1 lead for what seemed like forever, and not anymore. Fouled straight back at you. Ball and 2 strikes. But Watertown with Rayfley up here, he's the 9th batter to come to the plate this inning for the Goslings. One and 2. Here's the pitch. And the runner was going from first, and they fake a throw. They're not gonna throw down there with a runner at third, because the minute they throw it down there, he's coming home. So now 2 runners in scoring position. And the 2-2 pitch, hit in the air. Short right field. Franke, the second baseman on the grass, makes the catch. And that'll do it for the Goslings in the 6th, but they come up with 4 big runs on 4 hits, and they leave a pair. So after 5 1/2, our score now is Watertown 5, Beaver Dam 4, back in 1 minute on Daily Dodge TV, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam.
Are you ready for peace of mind? Chad Guzzi here, owner of Air Care in Beaver Dam. If you're tired of unexpected repair bills, you want to sign up for our Total Care plan. It ensures top performance and prolonged life of your heating and air conditioning equipment. Air Care's Total Care customers receive annual inspections as well as a reduced maintenance rate, plus a 10% discount on all service repairs. Air Care, big enough to serve you, small enough to care. 920-356-8860.
There's power in your smile. It can make or break a day, start a conversation, even double a dose of courage. Columbus Family Dental is committed to protecting your grin ear to ear. Young and old, orthodontics to cosmetics, we're here to make it that much easier to share your smile. Columbus Family Dental, now accepting every kind of smile.
Now pitching for Watertown, number 6, Ashton Johnson. Now playing shortstop, number 11, Elliott.
Well, we have a pitching change here for the Goslings as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Elliott Wraithley is going to move over to shortstop. And the new pitcher for Watertown is going to be Ashton Johnson. So Ashton Johnson now pitching and Wraithley over to shortstop. Much like the Beaver Dam switch in the top half of the inning. So Ashton Johnson now on for the Goslings as Wraithley goes the first 5. And here is Parker Blank to lead it off for the Golden Beavers in the home half of the 6th. They now trail by a run, 5-4. And time is called. Catcher Calvin Hirchin wants to get something straight with the pitcher Johnson. Quick conference and it's over. Parker Blank singled and scored a run in the 3rd inning. He struck out in the 4th. And the first pitch from Ashton Johnson is strike 1. I have a feeling the locals didn't like that call. 0-1. Hit in the air. Foul ground on the left side. Is it going to stay in play? And it bounces on the track over there. Well, Landon Washitas, Elliott Wraithley both gave chase, but it drops in foul ground, just past the third base dugout. 0-2 on Blank with Carson Franke to follow and then Brandon Morrissey. Home half of the 6th inning. Beaver Dam led for most of this game until the last half inning when Watertown put 4 on the board to turn a 4-1 deficit into a 5-4 lead. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Blank goes down on strikes for the 2nd time in the game. 1 out. And here is Carson Franke. Franke with a sac bunt in the 3rd, and he struck out in the 4th. And Ashton Johnson, right-hander, was ready, but Franke called time and stepped out. Now he's back in. Johnson stares in, and now the catcher calls time. What? Well, I don't know if there's miscommunication, something with the signs or what, but that's the 2nd time that Calvin Hirchin has run out to the mound to speak to his battery mate, and they just want to make sure they're on the same page, I guess, here. So that visit is now over. Another McKinstry's Home Furnishings visit to the mound. And Franke steps back in. Let's try it a 3rd time. And the pitch from Johnson. And he missed on a curveball high. Excuse me, 1 ball, no strikes. Now the 1-0. And it is 2-0. Beaver Dam scored all 4 of its runs in inning number 3, and it's 2-1 on Carson Franke. Look out, high and tight, 3-1. So Beaver Dam scored all 4 of its runs in the 3rd. Watertown scored a single run in the 4th, and then, of course, last half inning, 4 big runs to take the lead. Here's the 3-1. That is ball 4. And Carson Franke draws a 1-out walk. And he, again, represents the tying run for the Golden Beavers. And here comes the DH, the Moose, Brandon Morrissey. He walked and scored a run in the 3rd, and he struck out in the 4th. Swing and a miss. 0-1 on Moose. Beaver Dam wants to, they need 1 to tie. And that tying run is at first. There's a pitch up and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Morrissey, the DH, he's batting in the 9th spot. He's not your typical 9-hitter. He got a .357 average. Here's a throw over to first and getting back Franke. So if you're Ashton Johnson, you don't want to fool around with this guy because he's got some power. And that pitch on the inside part of the plate, nicely placed from Ashton Johnson. It's a ball and 2 strikes now on the Beaver Dam designated hitter. He bats from the left side of the plate. 1-2, Johnson delivers. Swing and a miss. Morrissey down on strikes for the 2nd time today. 2nd strikeout for Ashton Johnson. There are 2 away, and we go back to the top of the order for Jeff Freund. Freund in the game has struck out. He has walked twice and scored a run. Look out as that one well over the top of his head. He had to duck out of the way of that one. 1 ball, no strikes on Freund. I think we told you earlier in the broadcast, but here's the pitch, and that one is down Main Street. 1 ball, 1 strike. Milton won tonight, so Beaver Dam needs to get a win here tonight to keep pace with them atop the conference. Both teams entered the day 8-2 and tied for first place in the conference. Milton is now 9-2 after getting their win tonight. Another one, as the runner goes, they throw down to second, and he is out at second base. Franke caught stealing to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left. After 6 complete on the 1 call, that's all scoreboard. The Goslings 5, the Golden Beavers 4. Back in 1 minute. Daily Dodge TV, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam.
Jerry's Automotive in Beaver Dam is a champion of our local schools. Team up with Jerry's Automotive by pumping your gas at their Spirit Pump, where 2 cents of every gallon is donated to a local school each month. Jerry's Automotive also provides exceptional vehicle service and repairs and a great selection of convenience items. Visit Jerry's Automotive Center WI.com and on Facebook. Jerry's Automotive, 700 North Spring Street in Beaver Dam, across the street from Beaver Dam Food Pride.
The gang's all here. Chris,
Adam,
and Abby Klodowski, here to say Klodowski Real Estate is honored and grateful to have been voted Dodge County's best real estate firm, best realtor, and favorite realtor for 2024.
We love living and working in Dodge County, all of the wonderful people we serve, and the opportunity to give back to our community.
Thank you, Dodge County. Thank you.
Klodowski Real Estate, your trusted real estate advisors.
It's the 7th inning. And leading it off for the Goslings in the top of the 7th, the right fielder Brady Lesnar to face Eli Bryant, and the first pitch. Look out, that one high and tight. Little chin music there. 1 ball, no strikes on Lesnar, who doubled his last time up. He's officially 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored. Ground ball towards second. Franke charges, picks it up, fires over to first. And they're saying what? Out? Okay, he is out. But Shave, the first baseman, after recording the out, bobbled the ball. Anyways, Lesnar is gone on a 4-3 putout, 1 out. And here's Hayden Doty, the second baseman. He has struck out, walked, singled, and scored a run. Swinging another bouncing ball off a first base Shave, and he bobbles it, and the pitcher covering as Bryant gets there to cover the bag. A 3-1 putout on Doty. 2 quick outs, and we go back to the top of the order for Davis Cashin, the left fielder. I was just about to say Watertown looking for some insurance here on the top of the 7, but 2 quick outs. And Cashin comes up with the bases empty. And 2 outs. If you're looking ahead to the bottom of the 7th, check swing on a strike, it's 0-1. If you're looking ahead to the bottom of the next frame, top third of the order coming up for Beaver Dam. Freund, Seifert, Bryant are due up. Freund, of course, was at the plate when the last inning, there's a swing and a miss when Franke was caught stealing to end the last inning. 0-2 on Cashin. He has an infield hit, a walk, and 2 strikeouts in this game. The pitch. Fastball missed downstairs. 1-2 on Davis Cashin. If he can keep the inning going, Jacob Hirchin would be next. 5-4, Watertown leading and batting in the top of the 7th with the bases empty and 2 gone. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. And that was a quick 1-2-3 inning for Bryant in the top of the 7th. No runs, no hits, nobody left. We go to the last of the 7th. Last chance for Beaver Dam, trailing Watertown 5-4. Back in 1 minute, Daily Dodge TV and 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam.
You know that old Wisconsin saying, if you don't like the weather, just wait a few minutes. Well, JB Mechanical is here to ensure your home's heating and cooling system is ready for all of it. As your trusted local HVAC expert, JB Mechanical installs top-of-the-line systems to keep your home comfortable no matter what Mother Nature throws at you. From chilly mornings to warm afternoons, they've got you covered with precision, care, and expert service. Invest in your comfort today and give JB Mechanical a call. Online at jbmechllc.com. Your proud trained dealer.
Jerry's Automotive in Beaver Dam is a champion of our local schools. Team up with Jerry's Automotive by pumping your gas at their Spirit Pump, where 2 cents of every gallon is donated to a local school each month. Jerry's Automotive also provides exceptional vehicle service and repairs and a great selection of convenience items. Visit Jerry's Automotive Center WI.com and on Facebook. Jerry's Automotive, 700 North Spring Street in Beaver Dam, across the street from Beaver Dam Food Pride.
Last chance for Beaver Dam. As we go to the bottom of the 7th inning, Watertown with the lead on the 1 call, that's all scoreboard. It's the Goslings 5, the Golden Beavers 4. Top third of the order coming up for Beaver Dam in the last of the 7th. Freund, Seifert, Bryant are the scheduled hitters. We'll see if anything changes. Ashton Johnson back for his 2nd inning of work. Freund in the game has walked twice and scored a run, also struck out. And the first pitch popped up over our heads and out of play. Strike 1 the count on Freund. Seifert is in the on-deck circle. But Beaver Dam needs 1 to keep this game going. Swing and a grounder to second. Gloved by Doty on a hop. Fires to first. There's 1 away. Freund is retired on the 4-3 putout. And with one away, that's going to bring up the shortstop, Ashton Seifert. Of course, he pitched the first 5 innings tonight, allowing just 1 run. And the first pitch from Johnson, grounder to first, backhanded by the first baseman Kranz. He'll take it to the bag himself for the unassisted putout. There are quickly 2 outs, and Beaver Dam down to its last chance, and that is Eli Bryant, the shortstop. He struck out, walked twice, and he also has a run scored, but he is the last chance for Beaver Dam. Bottom of the 7th, 2 outs, nobody on. Johnson, the pitch. Strike called. And here's the next offering. Swung on, fouled out of play. It's quickly 0-2. And Beaver Dam down to its last strike. Well, this has been quite a game, and if you'd like to see these two teams battle tooth and nail again, you can do it on Thursday night down in Watertown. 5 o'clock start at Washington Park. The 0-2. Look out, that's high and tight. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Bryant. That one's low and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. If Bryant can get on, Zach Shave would be next. He's the cleanup hitter. Johnson ready in the 2-2. Way outside, it's 3-2. Now, if you're Beaver Dam, you just want to extend it here, and so Bryant's doing anything he can to try and get on and give Shave a chance. Big 3-2 pitch coming up here from Ashton Johnson. Here it is, popped up on the infield. Wraithley, the shortstop, will make the catch, and the Goslings come from behind to stun Beaver Dam here tonight. Final score on the One Call That's All scoreboard, Watertown 5, Beaver Dam 4. Golden Beavers retired 1-2-3 in the last of the 7th, and the Goslings with a huge win here tonight. They come from behind. They were down 4-1 and rally for the 5-4 victory. Wow. Beaver Dam led it for the vast majority of the game, but the Goslings with a late rally, and they are victorious here tonight with the win. Watertown now 12-7 overall. They go to 7-4 in the Badger Large. Beaver Dam, unfortunately, with this loss, they're going to drop out of first place now because Milton won earlier tonight. Beaver Dam still sitting at 8-3 in the conference and 13-4 overall. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We'll wrap it up for you on the post-game show right after this break on Daily Dodge TV and 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam.
Shop the pin!
Don't get caught with an empty pantry and fridge for the playoffs. Your Fox Brothers Piggly Wiggly in Beaver Dam and Mayville has you covered. Snacks, liquor, meat, and everything neat. Stop on over for great meals, deals, and more. For any sort of festivities at this time of the year, make your hosting a clutch performance. There's even plenty of goods for games on the road, too. What are you waiting for? Visit your Fox Brothers Piggly Wiggly in Beaver Dam and Mayville today. Shop online at foxbrospiggliwiggly.com.
You know that old Wisconsin saying, if you don't like the weather, just wait a few minutes. Well, JB Mechanical is here to ensure your home's heating and cooling system is ready for all of it. As your trusted local HVAC expert, JB Mechanical installs top-of-the-line systems to keep your home comfortable no matter what Mother Nature throws at you. From chilly mornings to warm afternoons, they've got you covered with precision, care, and expert service. Invest in your comfort today and give JB Mechanical a call. Online at jbmechllc.com. Your proud trained dealer.
There's power in your smile. It can make or break a day, start a conversation, even double a dose of courage. Columbus Family Dental is committed to protecting your grin ear to ear. Young and old, orthodontics to cosmetics, we're here to make it that much easier to share your smile. Columbus Family Dental, now accepting every kind of smile.
Are you ready to score big on home comfort? Cheer on our area athletes with McKinstry's Home Furnishings. From plush recliners to luxurious sofas, stylish bedroom sets to cozy area rugs, and all the accessories you need to make your home a winner. Whether you're outfitting your man cave or upgrading your living room with MVP style, McKinstry's has you covered. Game on with McKinstry's Home Furnishings, where winning starts at home.
Year after year, McKinstry's.
Are you ready for peace of mind? Chad Guzzi here, owner of Air Care in Beaver Dam. If you're tired of unexpected repair bills, you want to sign up for our Total Care plan. It ensures top performance and prolonged life of your heating and air conditioning equipment. Air Care's Total Care customers receive annual inspections as well as a reduced maintenance rate, plus a 10% discount on all service repairs. Air Care, big enough to serve you, small enough to care. 920-356-8860.
And once again, tonight's game has been brought to you by our presenting video sponsors, the Beaver Dam Unified School District, Columbus Family Dental, and Hometown Glass and Improvement. Tonight's game also brought to you by Gruber Law Offices, McKinstry's Home Furnishings, Kladowski Real Estate, Slumberland, Pizza Ranch, Park Village Shopping Center, Richards Insurance, Preferred Dental Partners, Fox Brothers Piggly Wiggly, Air Care, Jerry's BP, Silica for Your Home, Moraine Park Technical College, White Construction, and Spartan Flooring. Now be sure to stay up to date with the Beaver Dam Unified School District at bdusd.org and follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Beaver Dam USD. Jack Wilski, Corey Sparks, and my name is Mike Tronson. We're back with you for our post-game wrap-up. Final score tonight on the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All scoreboard. Watertown comes from behind to beat Beaver Dam in Badger Large Conference baseball action by the score of 5-4. And Watertown trailed 4-1 going into the sixth inning, and the Goslings rallied for 4 big runs in the top of the sixth to take a 5-4 lead, and they hung on and won by that same score of 5-4. So here are the final totals for the victorious Goslings. Goslings with 5 runs on 10 hits, 1 error, and 11 runners left on base. Beaver Dam with 4 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and they left 5 men on base. The winning pitcher, Elliot Wraithley, he went the first 5 for the Goslings. And his line, he allowed 4 runs on just 2 hits. He struck out 9, walked 6, also was credited with a wild pitch, and left 5 runners stranded. Meanwhile, Eli Bryant takes the loss in relief tonight for the Golden Beavers, allowing 4 runs on 4 hits, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, a wild pitch, and he left 2 runners on base. With the win, Watertown goes to 12-7 overall, 7-4 in the conference. Beaver Dam now 13-4 on the season, 8-3, and they are now in second place, a game behind Milton in the Badger Large. Milton won their game tonight earlier, and so they now sit by themselves in first place in the Badger Large. But this is a tough one. Beaver Dam had that lead 4-1 before Watertown able to rally in the 6th inning. And so this is a tough one. This is a tough one for Beaver Dam. If you're a Beaver Dam fan, that's the bad news. The good news is you only got to wait 48 hours and you're going to have a chance to play these guys again. And, when you have a loss like that, you don't want to sit around for a long time before you play again. You want to get back on that horse, and you want to get back out there, because this one can kind of leave a bad taste in your mouth. But, it was one big inning. I mean, Beaver Dam didn't play poorly. It was just one big inning for Watertown. And credit the Goslings. I mean, they had chances all night long, but finally put it together in that 6th inning, and they come up with the big win. As we look at just some other numbers here, looking at it for the Goslings here. Let's see here. It was... Okay, so Jacob Hurchin with a couple of singles, a walk, a couple of runs scored in this game. A couple of singles for Connor Kletch in the game. And Landon Washitas, how about this guy? He reached base all 4 times he came to the plate on some singles, 3 singles, and on Thursday night in Watertown. 5 o'clock start at Washington Park. And I believe that's going to wrap it up for us here. And I want to thank all of you for being with us tonight. Those of you on Daily Dodge TV, and also those of you listening on the radio side, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. Jack Wilski, thanks for the great job as always, Jack. Appreciate you back there at the studio. And Corey Sparks, great job on your end as well. Couldn't do it without you. And I guess we got to thank Wally, too, for sitting in for a batter or two. But love these guys. They do a great job. And it was a fun night tonight under the lights here at the BDHS Diamond. Once again, your final in Badger Large Conference Baseball. Watertown rallies for a 5-4 win over Beaver Dam. And that's going to do it for Jack, for Corey and Wally. My name is Mike Tronson saying so long from the BDHS field. Have a great evening. This has been a Daily Dodge TV and 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam Sports presentation. Good night, everybody.
You're watching the Daily Dodge postgame show.